Wait, where's Tina?
You doing the hand thing?
Yep.
We're all in for our customers. Ally, do it right.
I've wondered what I would do when I got to this stage of my life, and now here I am. I always helped people close to me, and now it's my turn. Visiting Angels caregivers have been able to assist me with my needs. Caring, attentive, and compassionate personal care, and I couldn't be happier.
Visiting Angels, America's choice of home care.
Does everybody make Santa cookies?
Everybody I know.
How does he eat them?
He's working hard all night. He gets hungry.
Why do you spray that?
Well, it magically keeps the dough from sticking to our cookie cutter. With Pam, nothing gets stuck.
It's easy to love your laxative when that lax loves your body back. Only Miralax hydrates, eases, and softens to unblock naturally. So you have peace of mind from start to finish. Love your laxative, Miralax.
Playing Mario. Está jugando Mario.
Whoa!
Mom said it.
Because life is sometimes messy, we've got you covered. WeatherTech, the ultimate protection for your vehicle. With laser-measured floor liners and cargo liners for a perfect fit. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com. WeatherTech, proudly made in America.
I wanted to know who I am and where I came from. I did my ancestry DNA and I couldn't wait to get my pie chart. The most shocking result was that I'm 26% Native American. I had no idea. Just to know this is what I'm made of, this is where my ancestors came from, and I absolutely want to know more about my Native American heritage. It's opened up a whole new world for me.
Discover the story only your DNA can tell. Order your kit now at AncestryDNA.com.
When it comes to finding out about family and ancestors, there's more to discover than old photos and documents. 23andMe.com is reinventing the way you look at your ancestry using the science of genetics and your 23 pairs of chromosomes, your DNA. Find out where in the world your DNA comes from and see how much DNA you have in common with your family or friends. Experience your ancestry in a whole new way.
Order your DNA kit today. Now $99 at 23andme.com.
Introducing the new Publishers Clearinghouse Winner's Choice Prize. Win and the choice is yours. $10,000 a week for life or $10 million all at once. Enter at PCH.com and December 23rd, the choice could be yours.
BP gives its offshore teams 24/7 support from onshore experts. So we have extra sets of eyes on our wells every day. Because safety is never being satisfied and always working to be better.
Newly released WikiLeaks emails show Hillary Clinton was tipped off to a CNN primary debate question by Donna Brazile. At the time, Donna Brazile was a CNN contributor, and now she is interim chair of the Democratic National Committee. And this isn't the first time Brazile has helped out the Clinton campaign. Fox News chief national correspondent Ed Henry has the story.
When Hillary Clinton was preparing for a CNN-hosted debate in Flint, Michigan with primary rival Bernie Sanders,
we have to focus on what must be done to help the people of Flint.
Clinton got to phone a friend, or at least got a helpful little email from Donna Brazile, then a CNN contributor and now interim chair of the DNC. A new dump from WikiLeaks today shows Brazile was caught again, handing out CNN's playbook to Team Clinton in advance. In an email the night before the March debate, Brazile told John Podesta that Clinton would get a question from someone personally impacted from the Flint water crisis, saying, quote, her family has lead poison and she will ask what, if anything, will Hillary do as president to help the people of Flint. Then, at the CNN debate, Clinton got this question.
After my family, the city of Flint, and the children in D.C. were poisoned by lead.
Joined today on the trail by the fiery former college basketball coach Bobby Knight, Donald Trump ripped into Brazile.
She should be fired from the DNC. By the way, could you imagine if I did that? Bobby, what would happen to me if I did that? Electric chair, I think. The electric chair. If I did that, can you imagine?
Trump was referring to what is now a litany of evidence of coziness between Brazile and the Clinton camp while she was at CNN. In a previous WikiLeaks release, Brazile was accused of handing out another question to the Clinton camp ahead of a CNN town hall. From time to time, I get the questions in advance, Brazil wrote to Podesta. In the body of the email was a long question about the death penalty that Brazil was concerned about and ended up getting asked of Clinton, basically word for word. Even though Brazil tried to deny to Fox News that CNN ever gave her access to the questions.
How did you get that question, Donna?
Well, Kelly, since I play straight up, and I'll play straight up with you, I did not receive any questions from CNN.
CNN itself blamed its partner in the town hall, TV1, for sharing that death penalty query. But the Flint debate was hosted by CNN exclusively. So today, the network issued a news statement saying Brazil resigned from her role as contributor back on October 14th. It went on to say, quote, CNN never gave Brazil access to any questions. We are completely uncomfortable with what we have learned about her interactions with the Clinton campaign while she was a CNN contributor.
Meanwhile, Fox News has learned that billionaire Sheldon Adelson has just committed a stunning $25 million to a super PAC controlled by the Ricketts family in Chicago. It's hitting Hillary Clinton with corruption ads, a massive number in the final week. This may help Republicans down ballot, but also is a sign that some big money Republicans who doubted Trump are betting big that as these revelations pile up, maybe he can actually win. But we should also point out, money is not everything, Brett, as you know better than anyone. Jeb Bush and a whole bunch of other candidates found out tens of millions of dollars don't always.
Yeah, Trump was the guy that had all the money, didn't spend much of it, won anyway.
Exactly.
Thanks, Ed. Nice to see you. So, is letting Donna Brazil go, as CNN has now done, enough to resolve the matter? Let's ask Joe Concha, who covers the media for the Hill newspaper. He joins us from New York. Joe, what do you think?
What do I think? I think that we need to explain this a little bit, Rick, as far as Donna Brazil's role at CNN at the time as a contributor. She was not a moderator for any of
Ok,
these
yo estoy en el
debates.
servidor Cala, ¿no?
Not involved in the debate prep in any capacity. That means that somebody within CNN, within that organization, had to feed her, a willful conduit, if you will, that information, those questions that then went to the Clinton campaign. As Ed pointed out in his package, the subject header she had in one email to Podesta from time to time. That means not singular, that means on several occasions this happened. So CNN, and I called for this a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to do it again, needs to absolutely conduct an internal investigation by an outside firm
Say the best,
to see
the best
where this
Twitch
cancer
channel,
exists.
man. You get
And
the
it wouldn't be
news
hard
plus
to
you
do,
get to
Britt,
watch a game.
because here's the
What?
thing.
It's like
Probably
epic, man.
those questions were within a room, and you've moderated debates
That's
before.
why I got no viewers.
Debate prep team, research, producers, probably someone from that area sent it along to Brazil, who then gave it to the Clinton campaign.
I got one, I
CNN's
guess,
a proud
I think.
organization. It's been around for 36 years. There's a lot of good journalists there. They don't deserve to be painted with this broad
But
brush.
I think
unless
some
they do
people
an
are doing
internal
the Clintons,
investigation,
man. It's
integrity
insane.
is going to be a big problem for that network unless they show they're taking this seriously.
Joe, do you think this says anything about the practice that's now common on all the cable news channels and perhaps some other news organizations as well, as having as part of your sort of stable of talking heads people who are not journalists, who are really only tangentially associated with your news organization, and who may have partisan purposes, partisan attachments,
Wake
and
up.
so on.
I'm getting you out of here.
And they're kind of in your midst all the time. Is this
With any
part of
luck,
what that's all about?
they haven't
I
moved
think
the
it's a great
princess
point,
yet.
Britt, that you're begging for a conflict of interest when you have Donna Brazil, in this instance, on your payroll. Remember, she
Mafera.
wasn't head of the DNC at the time. She was number 2.
Grab a
She
weapon.
was vice
You're no
chair.
good to me
And only
unarmed.
when Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to resign at the end of July during the DNC,
This
after
way.
it was exposed that
Keep that
she
weapon
was
ready.
working against the Bernie Sanders campaign, Brazil took over. But when you think about it, should she have ever been
I'll get this gate
on
open.
the air in the
See if
first
you can break
place,
that lock.
where she could be compromised, where she has access to information and people that she could pass along to the Clinton campaign. Obviously, she
I
was
hope we can say
rooting
the
for
same
that
for the
campaign to win
princess.
based on the emails that we're seeing. So yes, I would hope that
Let me
in
get
the
my
future,
brain.
Britt,
I've
when we
got
look back
scores.
in this campaign and all the media malfeasance that we've seen, that we really, as any cable network, whether it's CNN, Fox, MSNBC, doesn't matter, say, you know what, we got a lot of good reporters out there, thousands of pundits. We don't need to hire people from the DNC or the RNC to act as pundits because we're only asking.
The doors are locked.
Yeah, and I think that goes to a certain point here, and that is that there are people who
More guards coming this way.
Get that door open on these channels, but she was in a particularly unusual category in that she was a senior official, though not the chairperson, not the chair, but she was a very senior official at the DNC. I think, again, that's a sort of a self-evident conflict of interest that's easier to avoid than if you just decided that you weren't going to have anybody with partisan ideas under your roof.
Absolutely, Britain. And speaking of partisan, even when Josh Earnest was asked today, he's the White House spokesman, obviously. When he was asked a question about this, and what do you think about Donna Brazile passing along debate questions to Hillary Clinton on several occasions, he then went the Bo Bergdahl, Susan Rice route, where he said, and I quote, "She's a person of integrity, of a person of high character, a true professional." So even here, Britt, with overwhelming evidence showing that somebody engaged in some serious wrongdoing, we can't even have the White House say this was wrong and we condemn it and it hurts the process. It's why the media is so distrusted. It's why government is so distrusted when even partisanship takes over in these situations where Ernest couldn't just say, you know what, this was wrong and we condemn it. No, not even there. Instead he has to say that Donna Brazile is a very nice person. Don't get me wrong. She's a person of high integrity. We're lost. We're completely lost at this point.
Joe, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It turns out that the way John Podesta's email account was not as high-tech as you might have imagined. Indeed, it might have been his own fault. Possibly his chief legal correspondent, Shannon Britain, has that story.
If you have a Gmail account, chances are you've gotten an email about suspicious activity. Someone trying to log in from an unknown device or attempting to change your password. FBI Director James Comey had this to say about Gmail's security setup while testifying on the Hill.
I'm not looking to pick on Gmail. Their security is actually pretty good. The weakness is in the individual users.
That may include Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta, who, according to materials released as part of the WikiLeaks dumps, received an email on March 19th telling him, quote, "Someone just used your password to try to sign into your Google account. Google stopped this sign-in attempt. You should change your password immediately." The email stated that the attempt was made in Ukraine and included a link for Podesta to change his password. That email was then forwarded to Podesta's chief of staff, who sent it along to the campaign's IT team. Their response? Quote, "This is a legitimate email. John needs to change his password immediately and ensure that two-factor authentication is turned on his account. He can go to this link to do both. It is absolutely imperative that this is done ASAP. If you or he has any questions, please reach out to me." It seems Podesta, rather than using the fresh link sent to him by the IT team, instead clicked on the one in the bogus email, opening the door to his personal email account. And he's not mincing words about who he thinks is responsible.
The Russians, as the U.S. senior members of the U.S. government confirmed, have been hacking into Democratic accounts, and now they've hacked into my account.
That bogus email to Podesta is dated March 19th, and all the material we've seen from the WikiLeaks releases seems to stop right around that time, begging the question whether Podesta or the team realized he'd actually been hacked relatively quickly after it happened and took further precautions. Brett?
Shannon, thank you. If you're going trick-or-treating or even just dressing up tonight and you live anywhere near a college, you better watch our Krampus Crazy.
Another survivor.
Segment. It's next.
Yeah.
To the people if you have moderate to severe analysis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin.
I gotta pull him.
Patients had a significant improvement in their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
We'll make this easy on you. Square makes it easy for everyone to accept credit cards like this, and like this. It's easy to accept every major credit card with no surprise fees. And it's easy to get deposits in your account as soon as the next business day. Or you can get your money instantly. That's easy too. Square has easy-to-read sales reports. Sign up is free, so that's easy. And your first card reader is free too. It couldn't be any easier. Get started free at square.com.
What to consider when considering home security?
Our neighbors down the street were robbed. It got me thinking. The only thing standing between my family and an uncertain world is 1.5 inches of wood. Considering everything I care about is behind this door, I want the best protection I can get in front of it. ADT.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help stop crime. I feel a presence beyond the door. Tested, trusted, proven.
You humans, your parole has been denied.
Save you money. These are all-in-one plans that combine medical and prescription drug coverage, all with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no price. If you have a separate drug plan with original Medicare or with a Medicare supplement, you could be saving money and getting more benefits with Humana's Medicare Advantage plan. Could Humana be a better value for your healthcare dollar? Call or go online and get this free booklet that will help you decide if our all-in-one plans are right for you.
Quick! We have to break that stone!
Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans. The facts you need are in the door and it's totally free. Call 1-800-552-6474 or go to humanafreebook.com. That's 1-800-552-6474 or go to humanafreebook.com.
There's only one option to taste better, fresher, more flavorful, delicious. Only one Humana Nutrition has more vitamin C and 25% less only one only so much better taste, better nutrition.
That signs up. Questions. Request a consultation. Visit Fast Science.
For balance, for a nice the number one
Time for a special Halloween edition of Campus Craziness. The student government is busting dressed with the set email. They warn students to avoid what inconsiderate sensitive Halloween costumes. The website Campus Performing Arts College News published the email online. They want students to quote, take someone's culture and belittle it is degrading and hurtful. Native Americans.
Never escape Salat's wrath.
Is your costume racist? Campus Reform posted pictures of the posters with teachers charts. They help students identify elements of racism in their costumes. The poster poses various questions, including, quote, does it have an ethnic term in the costume title? It also asks students to identify if their costume includes a Native American headdress, black face, or burqa. Indiana University.
That was faster than I expected.
At the University of Texas, it seems it's expensive to dress up as a cowboy. The university has issued a 17-point checklist on authentic Halloween costumes. They urge students to avoid any unconsidered cultural appropriation. They advise the students to
The door won't hold! Move!
Such as community leaders or the faculty. 11 categories of harmful party types, which includes cowboys and Indians, urban life, and south of the border. UT Austin says the checklist is a voluntary guideline and noted
We're getting out of here.
Has been criticized in the past for not punishing students who wear costumes considered offensive by some. And finally, out of the doesn't involve Halloween, the student government in Vermont unanimously passed a resolution that calls for the school to fly a Black Lives Matter flag on campus.
Keep moving. The door won't hold them for long.
News published a copy of the document online. The resolution goes on to call for Middlebury to formally endorse the Black Lives Matter movement. Quote, in support and solidarity with all black people. Only 3% of the student body is black, which is review.
Oh, wow.
This request for comment. If you've got a campus craziness item, let us know, folks, and tell us all about it at campuscraziness@foxnews.com. We would certainly appreciate hearing from you. And Hillary Clinton hopes the new email found by the FBI won't change the trajectory of the election. Or is that just a pipe dream? We'll talk about that next.
This program is brought to you by Optum, powering modern healthcare. See how at Optum.com.
The pursuit of healthier. It begins from the Second World War. Because healthier doesn't happen all by itself. It needs to be earned every day. Using wellness to keep away illness. And believing a single life can be made better by millions of others. As a health services and innovation company, Optum powers modern healthcare by connecting every part of it. So while the world keeps searching for healthier, we're here to make healthier happen. Optum. Healthier is here.
Pain does not care about your plans. Arthritis doesn't care about your or your motorcycle ride. Pain doesn't care how you right now. Don't let pain stop you from living your life. Use Australian Dream for arthritis. It's not greasy, there's no odor, and only Australian Dream has the money-back empty jar guarantee. So don't let arthritis slow you down. Get Australian Dream.
Do you suffer aches and pains from poor circulation? Or tired, aching legs stopping you from enjoying life? You don't have to suffer any longer.
You're taking us over
your
to Car
aches and
Forest?
pains with
Yes, sir.
Revive-Medic
It's not an
Circulation
official route,
Booster,
but it should
a new
save time.
drug-free home treatment cleared by the FDA that significantly improves circulation in your legs and feet. Just one relaxing session a day.
Enemy
Back
attack!
in control. Medical conditions, age, or inactivity can cause poor circulation. Resolve the aches and pains that ruin your
Going down!
everyday life.
Hold on!
Only Revive-Medic's patented wide pulse waveform stimulate the to get your whole leg muscles pumping and actively improve your circulation, relieve your aches and pains, and strengthen your leg muscles.
I've tried everything to get rid of my pain, and nothing has worked like Revive. And even better, it's not a drug.
My granddaughter asked me to dance with her. Well, I can't turn down my granddaughter, right? So I danced 2 long dances with her, and I would never have been able to do that without Revive.
It makes a big difference in quality of life. It's nice to have that filling
Finally
back
up?
and have the control back.
Award-winning design.
We have to get out of
makes
here.
Revive-Medic easy to use. Just place your feet on the
Finally up?
footpads and increase the intensity using the remote control.
We have to get out of here.
In minutes, you'll be enjoying relief as Revivative's clinically proven impulses
Finally
take
up?
your aches and pains away. Discover why 94 out of 100 people who try Revitive keep it. Because it works. Try risk-free with our 60-day money-back guarantee. If Revive-Medic doesn't relieve your aches and pains, return it and we'll refund the purchase price, the shipping, and even pay the return shipping. That's
Talk to
how
Crow.
confident we are in the power of Revive. Call 1-800-262-9173 or go to tryrevive.com
Finally up?
right now. That's 1-800-262-9173.
We have to get out of here.
Hey, you just have to take the lead. Try Revive.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm sure a lot of you
Rena
may be
needs medicine for the
asking what
wounded.
this new
There
email
must be
story
something
is
nearby.
about and why in the world the FBI
Good to see you
would
again.
decide to jump into an election with no evidence
Hurry.
of any wrongdoing
Hey, are you okay?
with just days to go.
And I have to give the FBI
Hurry.
credit. That was so
Hey,
bad
are
what
you okay?
happened originally, and it took guts for Director Comey to
Hurry.
make the move that he made in light of the kind of opposition he had with it trying to protect her from criminal prosecution. You know that.
Well, just over a week to go to Election Day, how will the FBI email case affect the race? Our nightly political panel is back. Byron York, chief political correspondent of the Washington Examiner, and Bill Kristol, editor of the Weekly Standard. Well, Byron, what do you think?
Well, we haven't had enough time to really see in any polls. We just haven't had enough time. We'll know more. I think it's pretty clear that the race was tightening before Comey came out and made sent his letter on Friday. If you go back to around the time of the last debate was October 19th, Hillary Clinton had about a 7-point lead, real for the politics average of polls. Now it's less than half that, maybe 3, maybe 2.8, somewhere under that.
The average real clear politics average is under 3 as of tonight.
Exactly. So I went back and looked at a period, and I thought, well, what are the times where Trump has really come up in the polls? There was a period in June and July that he came up 7 points, but it took him 40 days to do it. And so it seemed almost an impossible task on the 19th of October when she had this 7-point lead. It doesn't seem impossible now.
Yeah, I think Trump's still, I don't know that he quite win by just letting the damage happen very gradually to Hillary Clinton. That Comey does not release anything. I would imagine the Trump campaign, not necessarily but why not? I still think he has to do something to make himself a little more acceptable to the very nervous about Trump swing voters. I said this actually 2 or 3 weeks ago with you. I still think a one-term pledge would make a difference for Trump in a way that it wouldn't for anyone else. He can say, look, you want 8 years more of this series in the White House. We had it already. You don't want it back again. But you have concerns about me, so let me say this. One term. I'm going to put in a series of totally bipartisan judicial type, or maybe a Democrat who I don't know, who's not loyal to me, and I'm going to never interfere in the work of that Attorney General.
Well, suppose he just did that.
Are you okay?
You could do 2 or 3.
See if you can help the injured.
There are things that Trump could say. I mean, look, for someone like me, I still have no problems with Donald Trump, but I think a certain number of swing voters would say, you know what, that Clinton, we don't want the Clintons back, and maybe Trump's a little, it's going to be better than we thought. I was thinking about, who's the most bipartisanly respected, Joe Lieberman, retired Democratic senator. He's endorsed Clinton, but you know what? I want someone like Joe Lieberman to be Attorney General. Furthermore, I'm never going to do fundraisers in my 4 years. If they were only 4 years or 8 years, I'm staying out of the. I'm to go to Washington to drain the swamp, and I'm not going to behave like the Clintons behaved when they were in the White House, and like they would behave again.
What he is doing now, you're not going to do that, but what he is doing now is actually being mostly issue-oriented in his speeches. If you look at his speech in Colorado yesterday,
there have been none of these newsworthy episodes where he's attacking somebody he's not running against. Or
he hasn't made a big problem for himself in the past. Sometimes he's gotten away with bad news for Hillary Clinton by creating bigger bad news for himself. But he did say something in Colorado yesterday. He said, "I have no doubt that Hillary Clinton and the Democrats are going to use they're going to do something to try to distract from this in the next 9 days." And I think the translation of that was they're going to dump some big oppo on me in the next few days. And I think we do have to assume that the Comey thing is not the last surprise we've had in this race. So I wouldn't be surprised if Democrats just drop something big, have no idea what it is, in the next week.
Last word, Bill. I think the Comey surprise is not over yet, because I do think we will learn more about what was in those emails.
No, everybody will be excited about that. Byron, Bill, thank you both. Coming up, I've been compared to a lot of things in mean tweets, but now someone you might not have guessed. Find out who that is next.
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe Crohn's disease. I didn't think there was anything else to talk about. But then I realized there was. So I finally broke the silence with my doctor about what I was experiencing. He said Humira is for people like me who tried other medications but still experience the symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease. In clinical studies, the majority of patients on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
If you're still just managing your symptoms, talk with your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Cartels, militias, terrorist groups, they all need a place to park their cash and turn us their dirty little piggy bank.
We're going to insert into the country while nobody is looking.
We're going to steal their money, sir?
No, we are going to destroy it.
We're going to finish this mission. Anything we find is ours.
You want to trust a bunch of Blackwater mercs?
In the rush? I've never felt anything like it.
If we stay here, we're going to die. And we die!
I love getting more for less. That's why this control enthusiast rents from National, where I can skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle. On average, 4 out of every 5 rentals at National is a free upgrade. Getting a full size and paying for a mid-size, as the boys from Loverboy so eloquently noted. I'm loving every minute of it. Go national. Go like a pro.
Boost. It's about moving forward, not back. It's looking up, not down. It's feeling up, thinking up, living up. It's being in motion, in body, in spirit, in the now. Boost. It's not just nutrition, it's intelligent nutrition with 26 vitamins and minerals and 10 grams of protein, all in 3 delicious flavors. It's choosing to go in one direction, up. Boost. Be up for it.
Does everybody make Santa's cookies?
Everybody I know.
How does he eat them all?
He's working hard all night. He gets hungry.
Why do you spray that?
Well, it magically keeps the dough from sticking to our cookie cutter. With Pam, nothing gets stuck.
Introducing the new Publishers Clearinghouse Winner's Choice Prize. Win and the choice is yours. $10,000 a week for life or $10 million all at once. Enter at PCH.com and December 23rd, the choice could be yours.
Yep, it's termites.
Oh, get rid of them.
Oh, no, I'm not an exterminator. I'm a pest monitor. I only let you know when there's a problem. There's a problem. Bye.
Why monitor a problem if you don't fix it? That's why free credit monitoring isn't enough to protect you from identity theft. At LifeLock, we not only alert you to identity threats, if you have a problem, we'll spend up to $1 million on lawyers and experts who'll work to fix it. LifeLock. Join starting at $9.99 a month.
Why buy the same old yellow box for hemorrhoids? Recticare Complete Hemorrhoid Care System has 2 effective medications. The strongest OTC concentration of lidocaine to relieve pain and itch, plus the strongest OTC concentration of phenylephrine HCl to reduce swelling. Because hemorrhoids are an all-day problem, Recticare Complete does more. With Recticare Advanced Hemorrhoidal Cream for at-home use and dual-action medicated wipes for on-the-go hemorrhoid relief that protects and soothes. Get more complete hemorrhoid relief with Recticare Complete.
Time now to hear some of the feedback I've been getting from you, the viewers, courtesy of Twitter and email. Mad at Adam tweeted, bet when you came out of retirement to cover On the Record, you never imagined some of the topics you'd had to cover this cycle, that's for sure. Icos Architecture said, hey, Britt Hume, I know some people like you and think you're good. I don't. To put it bluntly, I think you stink. Shayna Alia tweeted, I'd long wondered where my horse's blanket disappeared to until I saw the suit you were wearing last night. But Big Will Hawaii said in part, damn, you've got some stupid people tweeting you. Not that I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer. By the way, keep up the good work. Well, thank you. And Mary Martini tweeted, Brett, I just love your sweet, crooked little smile and your kind eyes. You're a reporter's reporter, and I hope you never retire. Why, thank you. And Troy emailed, you can't retire when the election is over. You must film the next season of The Walking Dead. By the way, please eat lots of candy today. You still have less energy than Jeb Bush. You still the man. And finally, Gail Alicia 1 tweeted, you're a secret crush of mine. I hope you continue with On the Record. I'd make a move on you, but I'd be called a cougar. I'm 80. Hey, that's my demographic. Folks, please keep the feedback coming. We really do like hearing from you. Tweet me using @BrittHume or email ontherecord@foxnews.com. That is about it for us tonight, but stay tuned for the O'Reilly Factor and Bill's interview with former Attorney General Michael Mukasey. In the meantime, we leave you, as always, with our political quote of the day, which comes from the late author and critic George Orwell, who said, and this was some 70 years ago, mind you, quote, in our age, there's no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political issues, and politics itself is a mass of lies, evasions, folly, hatred, and schizophrenia. That was 70 years ago. And in just 8 days, a full day of election coverage right here on the Fox News channel. Don't miss it. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 Eastern. We hope you will, too. And don't forget, The Factor is up next. Good night.
The O'Reilly Factor's on tonight.
I'm sure a lot of you may be asking what this new email story is about and why in the world the FBI would decide to jump into an election with no evidence of any wrongdoing.
The Clinton campaign hammered by new email suspicions. Is the FBI doing the right thing? Talking Points will address it tonight.
Hillary Clinton's corruption is on a scale we have never seen before.
Donald Trump taking full advantage of the latest FBI email controversy, even as poll numbers show he's gaining on Secretary Clinton. We'll have the facts.
Are you following the election closely?
Yeah, we try not to follow the election.
You try not
Next
to?
question.
Also ahead, Waters going to the end of the USA to talk about the election.
Hey, what do we have coming around the corner in November? Who knows, bro?
Caution, you are about to enter the no-spin zone. Factor begins right now. Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Hillary Clinton and the law. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. The October surprise is here. The FBI saying it is examining new evidence over allegations that Hillary Clinton may have violated national security by using a private email system as Secretary of State. Mrs. Clinton thought she had put this to rest when FBI Director Comey said the case was not strong enough to prosecute last summer. Upon hearing that, Congressman Elijah Cummings was overjoyed with Comey.
I don't know whether your family's watching this, but I hope that they are as proud of you as I am. Because you are the epitome of what a public servant is all about.
But that was then. After Friday's announcement that Comey was reopening the investigation, Cummings had a different take.
I think here, Director Comey made a grave mistake. We all make mistakes, but this is a grave mistake.
My question, how would the congressman know it's a grave mistake? He has not seen what the FBI has seen. Truth is, Elijah Cummings and other Democrats do not want to know the truth, do not want justice to take place. And that holds true for the President of the United States, Barack Obama, as well. Based on reporting by Fox News and other agencies, Talking Points has come to the conclusion that the President has made it quite clear to Attorney General Loretta Lynch that he does not want any prosecution of Hillary Clinton or any investigation into the Clinton Foundation. Mrs. Lynch got the message, and according to the Wall Street Journal, is furious that FBI Director Comey has reopened the email investigation. For his part, Comey had to inform Congress about possible new information because in September, he said this.
Would you reopen the Clinton investigation if you discovered new information that was both relevant and substantial?
It's hard for me to answer in the abstract. We would certainly look at any new and substantial information.
Comey's not a fool. He knows that if email on Huma Abedin's computer, that's Mrs. Clinton's top assistant, contains classified national security information, he knows that he, Comey, would eventually take the fall. If he did not pursue obvious leads, vote for her. Also, her poll numbers are falling. The Real Clear average is now less than 3% in her favor, down substantially in a week. Mrs. Clinton is not happy.
I'm sure a lot of you may be asking what this new email story is about and why in the world the FBI would decide to jump into an election with no evidence of any wrongdoing with just days to go. That's a good question.
And it is a question that deserves an answer, but we will not get that answer before Election Day. For his part, Donald Trump, who condemned Comey for letting Clinton off the hook last summer, is now happy.
And I have to give the FBI credit. That was so bad what happened originally, and it took guts for Director Comey to make the move that he made in light of the kind of opposition he had where they're trying to protect her from criminal prosecution. You know that. It took a lot of guts.
Talking Points is not sure whether it took a lot of guts because, as stated, Comey would have eventually been held accountable if the emails on Ms. Abedin's computer show national security violations. So while Comey was covering his butt last summer, he may be also covering it now. Finally, there is a civil war within the FBI. Comey knows that. Some career agents have offered their resignations because they don't believe the Clinton email investigation was conducted in a rigorous way. Comey, Lynch, and President Obama could have saved the nation all of this turmoil had they done what they should have done in the first place. Convened a federal grand jury to review the evidence presented by the FBI. That would have gotten politics out of it. But in America at this point in history, justice takes a back seat to politics. Not acceptable. And that's the memo. Now for the top story reaction, joining us from Washington, Charles Krauthammer. And you say?
I'm back.
Comey did the right thing. And Comey did the only thing he could do. He had absolutely no choice. There's no way
my life.
Declared an investigation closed. And then you say, I would open it if I got new information. And he's presented with new information. And how much of it he knows about the internals, we don't know. But he had no choice but to say that this is what's going on. Now, whether or not he knows that there is something that will torture in those emails, nobody right now is in a position to know, which makes it such an impossible situation.
There are reports that the FBI agents who are looking at this Abbott computer, and this is Anthony Weiner's computer as well, both of them used it. There are reports they sat on this for a number of weeks. This just didn't happen. All right, so the FBI has been looking at this computer for a while. It seems to me that Comey never would, knowing now that Comey is a political player, never would have roiled the election unless somebody gave him a heads up, hey, this is serious.
Well, according to what I've read, and you and I are depending on what we read on this, this was not brought to his attention for several weeks. So if you want to accuse anybody of
Foreman's battling back the flames from our crash. See if you can help him.
Who were looking to prosecute Anthony Weiner. That would not be the Comey people here who are looking into his email.
That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that the FBI agents have been looking at this computer for weeks. They know, all right, on it, at least in part. And they wouldn't have flagged their boss because they know all hell would break loose unless there was something that they feel is important.
Well, look, that's what everybody is assuming, and that is why 34% of the electorate is less inclined to vote for Hillary, because everybody assumes that Comey knows what's on it, or at least in part, and that's why he felt he had to act, or he'd be run out of town if she and this is discovered. He really had no choice. And I think, when it originally happened, when he originally issued his statement about her being careless, sort of amazingly, recklessly careless, but not wanting to indict, I did not agree with his conclusion, but I did not accuse him of bad faith. I was not one of those who thought he had betrayed anybody or anything. I think he wanted to do it precisely because he did not want to be the guy who changed the course of an election. The great irony
For every fire I put out, two more spring up in its place.
That disturbed him, because I think it's all about Comey. And I didn't like the FBI releasing the stuff Friday.
Fill that bucket quickly!
I thought that was a political move from him.
Those boars chose a bad time to go crazy on us.
She seems to me to be very weak, very much politically influenced, very much not somebody who stands on principle. I think she clearly has been one who wanted to make sure that there was no indictment of Hillary and no jeopardy to the Democratic campaign.
And you think that came from Obama?
That we can never know. Because I tell you what, if you're Attorney General, I don't think the president summons you to his office and says, hey, I want you to fix the deal.
Holder.
You know when I know that doesn't happen.
Holder.
Whether it was Holder, I don't even think anybody's stupid enough to go ahead and say that. You know what your boss wants. This is such a common thing in every walk of life. You know, or you think, you impute what the boss wants. He doesn't have to say it, and that's why all this stuff happens.
So she's putting politics above justice, in your opinion?
It's the will someone rid me of this troublesome priest? That's what happens. You don't say it. You don't have to say it. By your henchmen. And they go out and they kill the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Charles, referring to Thomas Becket.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, Hillary is not a snake, nor is Trump here. The one thing I think we're going to have, the president has to issue an executive order to install showers in every voting booth in America, because you're going to need it when you walk out.
All right, Charles, thank you. Next on the rundown, as we've reported, polls are getting tighter. Carl Rosen, take a look at that. Then later, Waters going to the end of the USA to talk election politics. Up ahead.
Well, here we go again.
Bad judgment.
Issues, not insults.
She should be ashamed of herself.
Fair and balanced. Fox News Channel has election. For every fire I put out, two more spring up in its place.
Talking Points are brought to you by new drug-free Aleve Direct Therapy.
For lower back pain sufferers, the search for relief often leads here, here, or here. Today, there's a new option. Introducing drug-free Aleve Direct Therapy, a TENS device with high-intensity power that uses technology once only available in doctors' offices. It's wireless.
We can't let the fire take our supplies too.
Things like this, or this, and back to
For every fire, we can't let the forest burn down.
Find yours in the pain relief aisle.
Our eyes. They have a 200-degree range of sight, which is good for me. Hey! And bad for the Barkley twins.
Take care of all your most important parts with Centrum, with our most vitamin D3 ever.
Why do so many people love CLR for their toughest cleaning jobs?
I use CLR, and it's like I have a brand new shower head. Now my nasty toilet is completely clean.
CLR's patented formula works quickly with no hard scrubbing, and it carries the EPA's Safer Choice seal. Take it from satisfied customers everywhere.
Does a great job without a lot of work.
There's no clean like CLR Clean. CLR is available at these fine retailers.
The best ideas come from solving common problems. My problem, like a lot of other men, I couldn't find a shirt that looked good untucked. So this became my passion, to design a shirt that captures the perfect balance between length and fit. Easy to say, not that easy to do. But with some innovative design changes, we did it. Our problem, my solution. Untuckit.com.
Terrorist from waking up tomorrow and shooting everyone in Times Square. That threat is on the president's desk every single morning, and our failure to take it seriously proves how weak we've become. That's what happens when the country is run by political and media.
For every fire I put out, two more spring up in its place.
The world shares our values. Even when Americans are slaughtered by hate-filled jihadists on our own soil, radical
Tortoise is just down the path. Hurry!
Violent and threatening to the future of the world as the Nazis were. It is a tragedy that at a time of such confusion, America is led by people so gutless that instead of identifying the enemy, they distract us with political attacks on the gun rights of the law-abiding. I don't know what motivates politicians, but I know the rule of war. The weak get slaughtered, and we
There you are.
at war. I'm the National Rifle Association of America.
A wolf pack without a leader is nothing more than a bunch of dogs.
Campaign 2016 segment tonight.
We have to stop those wolves. We won't be safe until they're gone.
Hillary Clinton in front by 5%. Today the number is 2.8%. Joining us from
I
Washington.
came here to find mushrooms,
I
not a.
just
Sometimes I
can't
wonder
make
if I should have
I
gone
got a
into
whole bunch of
familiar. I
reports
came here to
that
find
roll.
mushrooms, not a
What's
war.
your
I could really use those samples.
First of all, the real clear politics as of tonight.
Sometimes I wonder if I should have gone into
It's
familiar.
vibrated around a little bit today as they interjected new polls in it. And look, I don't think we're going to know until later in the week but I'd be a little bit cautious about thinking there are going to be big effects from this. There are going to be effects, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and virtually all of those effects are going to be to the advantage of Donald Trump. The question is it going to be sufficient? I say that for two reasons. First, you mentioned that 34% are less likely to vote for Trump for Clinton as a result of this. Those appear to be mostly people, virtually all of those are people who are already voting against Trump, voting against Clinton and voting for Trump. If you look inside that ABC Washington Post poll, 95% of Clinton supporters have an unfavorable opinion of Donald Trump, 90% of them strongly unfavorable. 97% of Trump supporters have an unfavorable opinion of Clinton, 90% of them strongly. Those are huge numbers. Now, what that means is there's not much pliability among those people. Sure, there are going to be a few Clinton people who are distressed about this and might not be inclined to vote. More importantly, there are going to be more people who are Trump supporters who are now enthused to turn out thinking their guy has a chance. But the conversions, the people who are going to go to the Trump column, they're to be found in that 7 or 8%.
Sure, and the independent voters also. And the suppression of Hillary Clinton's vote. I mean, critical mass, if you're on the fence, you don't really like her, but you don't like Trump at all, you might go out, but now you're going, you know what? Enough's enough with this. And there's going to be more in the next 4 or 5 days. I expect the Democrats will throw something at Trump. There's going to be more garbage coming out on both of them. So I expect a lower turnout than the Romney-Obama race. Do you?
I have for a long time. Now, we'll see if that's borne out. But yes, I do think as a percentage of the voting age population that there's likely to be.
And who does that favor if, say, it's down 3 or 4%? Who does that favor?
Well, it all depends. If it's among college-educated whites who supported Romney, it helps Clinton and hurts Trump. But if it is among younger voters and African-American voters and Latino voters, that hurts Clinton. So my sense is that we're going to see a little bit of both here.
All right. Now, I got a couple of state polling. I don't know these polls. I mean, Nevada comes out today with Remington Research. That's a Republican firm, right?
Yeah, and I'd be a little bit. Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about putting too much into any one poll, and particularly we had one good poll today, Survey USA. It's a reputable firm on Georgia. The other 4 polls that came out today that were state-specific are Remington, which uses sort of robo-phone calls. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd take a look at those polls though in the context of what they do to the average. The Real Clear Politics average with all of those 5 states that were touched by the polls today. Pennsylvania, it's a 5-point advantage for Clinton with that new poll in. North Carolina, 3.9 for Clinton. Georgia, 3.4 for Trump. 5 point for Clinton in Colorado and 1.5 in Nevada. He's in striking distance here, and this is really critical there.
I gotta go. Ms. Rowe, thanks. Greg, they had more evidence CNN was involved in dishonesty during a presidential debate. We will give you all the facts. It's very embarrassing. Up ahead.
It was happening so fast. Somehow it felt like everything was moving in slow motion. If I didn't react, things could have got messy in a hurry. I mean, I just got that sweet ride with a great rate for Navy Federal. I was not about to let anything happen to her. Just turn up our wing.
Open to the armed forces. Their families.
I'm Claudine, and I quit smoking with Chantix. By the time I was 30, I said, that's it, I'm a smoker for life. I wanted to be a non-smoker, and I did it, thanks to Chantix.
Along with support, Chantix Veronica is proven to help people quit smoking.
Chantix reduced my urge to smoke.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions taking or after stopping Chantix. Some reported seizures or sleepwalking with Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse, or of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you have these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away, as some could be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Most common side effect is nausea.
This is for real. I'm a non-smoker.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Esurance does auto insurance a smarter way. They offer a claim-free discount.
I came here to find mushrooms, not a war.
Which saves money. And when they save,
Sometimes I wonder if I should have gone into familiar studies.
Esurance, an Allstate company. Click or call. Esurance does auto insurance a smarter way. Like their photo insurance. It helps them
Get this news to the Dragon Knights now.
Which saves money. And when they save, you save. That's auto and home insurance for the modern world. Esurance, an Allstate company. Click or call.
Now, with our future on the line, it's America's turn to make its voice heard. Fox News Channel has election night covered because we are America's election headquarters.
Introducing the all-new DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum. Now at our lowest price ever. The DR cleans up acres of leaves and grass while you mow. In the spring, collect dead grass, wet leaves, and twigs from storm damage. Come summer, the DR makes a great high-capacity bagger, and in the fall, turns days of raking into a drive in the park. When it's time to unload, nothing could be easier. Look, just one hand. Plus, with the collector top removed, you've got a rugged utility cart that's great for all kinds of hauling chores. The DR is the most powerful, most versatile lawn machine you can buy.
Call 1-800-460-7951. Free buyer's guide and DVD. Learn how you can own a DR for as low as $50 a month and get a 1-year product trial. Free shipping is now in effect. So call 1-800-460-7951. Online at drleafvac.com.
Impact segment tonight, as you may know, Donna Brazile was a CNN analyst for 14 years before she took over as the acting Democratic National Committee chairwoman. Now, according to hackers, emails show that while working for CNN, Ms. Brazile fed Hillary Clinton questions. One of them was actually used in a CNN debate with Bernie Sanders and Mrs. Clinton.
After my family, the city of Flint, and the children in D.C. were poisoned by blood, will you make a personal promise to me right now that as president in your first 100 days in office, you will make it a requirement that all public water systems must remove all lead service lines throughout the entire United States?
Hacked emails and job desk now show Ms. Brazile gave that exact question to Hillary Clinton in advance. Bernie Sanders had no idea. Today, Ms. Brazile issued this statement to the Factor, quote, "With respect to Bill, he knows that. WikiLeaks is content without context," unquote. CNN issued this statement, quote, "CNN never gave Brazile access to any questions, prep material, attendee list, background information, or meetings in advance of a town hall debate," unquote. Joining us now from Boston, Marianne Marsh, and here in New York City, Monica Crowley. So, how could Donna Brazile know the woman was going to ask that question if someone at CNN didn't tell? Unless she interviewed every one of the questioners on the CNN thing. So that's going to remain an unsolved mystery at this point. But there's no question it happened. No question it happened. It did. So how would, if you were Hillary Clinton, how would you have? Would you have exposed it? I mean, taken it? What would you have done?
Well, look,
honest.
Yeah, for a year and a half, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders on the left have been arguing that the system is corrupt and rigged to benefit those with power, influence, and money, a la Hillary Clinton.
But if,
right?
again, come on, if you were Hillary, what would you have done?
Well, because Hillary Clinton has been on the national scene for 25 years and benefited from this kind of rigged system and corruption, you've got to be out of your mind to think that she would have exposed
So
it
if you were Hillary Clinton, you would not have, you would have
Well,
taken
I'm a different person than Hillary Clinton.
That's what I'm asking
I would have
you.
exposed it because the integrity of our institution and the truth are at risk here.
You say you would have exposed it.
Of course, if somebody brought it to my attention
You would have
that I
said
was
you would have
tipped
thrown
off,
Donna Brazile under the bus if you were Hillary Clinton?
well, I would have tried to do it under the radar a little bit, you know, I wouldn't have been like made a big public thing or gone to the New York Times, but I would have called it to somebody's attention and made sure
Set
that
this
question
transit
was
shrine as
not
your
in the
recall
document.
location.
You, Marianne,
You
what
can
would
walk
you
back
have
here
done
anytime.
had you been Hillary Clinton?
I think you would have declined the information.
Taking
There
on
was
a
no
great
need for
burden.
it. She didn't need the information. She would have answered that
Let's see
question
what you
anyway.
can
She's
do.
been in Flint many, many times. And it didn't change the outcome of the debate, the primary, or the nomination.
But she knew
so it had no bearing.
that she was getting purloined. Edgar Allan Poe on Halloween, everyone. Purloined information.
Okay, this is
from
using the
a
same
CNN
mechanics
analyst.
as
Hillary Clinton knew.
I guess
and
Aeon
said
with the recall.
Nothing, Marianne.
Smell will never
Bill,
come
I
without
don't
the
think
princess.
Hillary Clinton personally knew.
I'm asking you to assist
let alone-
me.
Brazil told Podesta she gave it to her.
No, Bill, this is how this works. If that happened, you'd say, look, we think one of the questions is going to be, or we hear one of the questions is going to be,
We
yada.
think
You don't
we
say,
hear.
we got
And
this
then
from
the exact
somebody.
same question is asked. If I'm Hillary Clinton on the debate, I'm going to say I declined to answer that question because I had it in advance. That's what I said. No, you're laughing at me for being
A potion
an
can
honest-
save your life.
an honest kind of
No,
guy?
I'm not. I'm saying if you knowingly received purloined information,
And
you
she
describe
did,
it
as
the
she
way.
did.
No, Hillary Clinton did not.
Well,
Other people.
Sure she did.
No, Bill. Nobody walked into Hillary Clinton's green room or debate.
This is the only potion shop in Bricard.
Hey, guess who gave us this question? Here it is, and here's what they're going to say.
I don't understand
it. It doesn't work like that.
Stock up on
It
potions
certainly
here.
works like that because Donna Brazil told John Podesta in charge of the campaign that she did it.
Better not go out there unprepared.
Take a look at my selection.
None of this happens in a vacuum. You asked me earlier if you were Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has been doing this for 25 years.
How do you know? How do you know?
I've got the gear you need to win the war. Surely you need a new
How do
weapon.
you know Hillary Clinton's been being fed questions for 25
Well, not
years?
this specific thing, but
Well,
she's
then you
gotten
can't
away
say
with
that.
massive corruption for 25 years, and it's the reason why she's considered the most corrupt person to run in recent history, Bill. Because
Let's
there's
just
a long,
deal with this.
there's a
Can we
long record
just
here.
deal
but I'm
with
saying
this?
this does not come in a vacuum. And so when she was given the questions, of course she didn't call it to anybody's attention because
She
she's
should
been
have.
getting away with this stuff for
My
25
blades are
years.
designed specifically for stabbing brigades.
I mean, because I guess Donna Brazil took a leave of absence to do the political thing, but now she's not welcome back there, according to CNN. I kind of feel sorry for Donna in a way. I don't think she's a bad woman. I know her as
She's not.
she died.
Yeah.
This was absolutely wrong on her part, and absolutely wrong for Hillary Clinton not to say, I'm not going to take that question because I knew about it in advance. Right?
Two things
Right?
about one. Donna Brazil is a great person. I like her. I know her, and I'm sure when this
you're not
election's
gonna answer
over,
the
we may
question,
hear
I
some
guess.
more. No, I am, Bill. Hillary Clinton. Nobody went to Hillary Clinton. You have no evidence that Hillary Clinton
I'd
got
love to
this
meet your
question
familiars.
directly and said,
Only
"We got
that
this from Donna
Brazil
Brazil."
said she told her.
You know that
That's
John
the only
Familiars
thing
love
I
me.
asked.
I don't know why.
Marianne,
I just have a way with it.
fantastic.
I'd love to meet your
You lose
familiars.
big time.
Familiars
We're
love
in
me.
one. We're
I
in
don't
a
know why.
court of public
I just
opinion
have
in
a way.
politics.
And you're going to lose that
Mercifully.
as well. Ladies, thanks
Well,
very
we'll
much.
see.
Plenty more Heads of Factor moves along this evening. We'll talk with former Attorney General Michael McCasey. Very simple question. Is the Department of Justice, as it stands now, corrupt? And Waters talking politics in Key West, Florida.
What do you think about WikiLeaks?
Amazing.
Yeah. We hope you stay tuned for those reports.
My business is built with passion, but I keep it growing by making
What do you want?
$50 count. That's why I have the Spark Cash from
My
Capital
skills
One.
are wasted here.
With it, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all of my purchasing. And that unlimited 2% cash back from Spark means thousands of dollars each year going back into my business, which adds fuel to my bottom line. What's in your wallet?
I had
Good to meet
memory
ya.
foams, I had feather pillows, and I'd always wake up with neck pain. After sleeping on my pillow, I didn't wake up with the headaches. I was more aligned.
Well, I guess I ought to show you how to tame a
pillow, I got a better night's sleep.
First tip, select a target and sneak up on him if you can. It's easier that way.
My patented fill
Keep low and move in fast. Once you jump on, you'll only have a few seconds to form a bond.
Take the pressure off your shoulders
and keep your
It's
neck
going to
aligned
fight back.
so you get the
So
best
you
night's
have to
sleep
fight
in your
harder.
life.
My Pillow is the official pillow of the National Sleep
And
Foundation.
that's it.
My Pillow
Once it's
is
under your
machine
spell,
washable and
it'll
dryable
never stray.
and comes with a 60-day money-back
Wish I could
guarantee
say the same
and
about
an
my
amazing 10-year warranty. Plus, every My Pillow is made in the USA.
Okay.
I
Let's see if
personally
you can
guarantee
tame one
that
of
my
your
pillow
own.
will be the most comfortable
remember,
pillow you'll ever own.
see what
Go
the
to
animal
mypillow.com or
needs,
call
then
now
react.
to order one of my pillows. When you do, I'll give you a second one absolutely free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Good to meet you.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana.
Let's see what you can do.
It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, Humana Medicare Advantage members can expect to save almost $500 in premium this year through our pharmacy benefit management efforts. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that can cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-552-2950 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need or can't afford? Now you can sell your policy for an immediate payment.
We bought life insurance when our kids were young to protect their future.
Our youngest just turned 40. We no longer needed the coverage.
That got us to thinking about letting our policy go. So I did some research and called Coventry Direct. I learned that you could sell all or part of a life insurance policy, even a term life policy. Turns out, people have been selling policies like ours for the past 15 years. Who knew? We sold our policy. Now we have money to help with the medical bills.
And to add to our retirement.
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may be a candidate to sell your policy.
Call 1-800-471-6800 or visit CoventryDirect.com for a free information pack. 1-800-471-6800.
Coventry Direct, redefining insurance.
Unresolved problem segment tonight, an outrageous situation at DePaul University in Chicago. A poster reading Unborn Lives Matter was designed by the College Republican Club. They asked the nation's largest Catholic university for permission to post a sign on campus. They were denied. Joining us now from Chicago, John Minster, Vice President of the College Republicans at DePaul, and Dorian Burkhart, a junior who made the poster. Dorian, I believe this is because you were denied because they didn't like, they being the administration at DePaul, you using the same phrase as Black Lives Matter. Is that correct?
That's accurate. They have all but endorsed the Black Lives Matter movement by having their posters and signs up within university offices. But then as soon as a student group wants to, I'd say, alter that slogan to point to a different group of people that we recognize as being marginalized, they use that term a lot. I don't usually like to use that term, but I think it applies to unborn.
Well, marginalized, they're endangered in some cases. Mr. Minster, the Black Lives Matter movement, are they endorsed outwardly by DePaul's administration?
So the university doesn't necessarily endorse them straight up. They don't say that we endorse everything that the Black Lives Matter movement stands by. However, they do prevent certain things from happening that could potentially challenge them in any way, shape, or form. We've had speakers in the past where the university essentially allowed people under the guise of Black Lives Matter to essentially ransack events. And now, in this case, they're stopping the basic Catholic value of pro-life ethics from being expressed because they're worried that it might promote.
This is what the administration said on a guy. The president is Dennis Holtschneider, right?
Holtschneider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here under this is what, and he's a priest. Here's what he says: "Quote: Some people will say that Paul's stance on silences speech to appease a crowd. Nothing can be further from the truth. Students and others will most certainly continue to explore and seek the exact limits of our tolerance for free expression when that expression is meant to cause distress. Here we go. Certainly everyone is allowed to have their opinions on these topics. I simply ask that you are expressing your opinion that you respect the difference between a reasoned discussion and words whose primary purpose is to wound. So basically, Jordan, they're saying that your sign was made to wound Black Lives Matter.
Good to meet you.
That's what
See you around.
That's what this priest is saying.
Yeah, I mean, any person with common sense would see the poster that I designed, and they wouldn't say that that's meant to wound.
I would
worried
think
about the
Black
princess.
Lives
This
Matter,
smell
to be
will
honest.
never come out.
But I wouldn't say that you're denigrating.
We won't get back to Icarus
You're
without
just
breaking
trying
that
to
barrier.
stick up for
Exactly.
Talk to Colin.
more.
So, Dímelo, you still playing Dragon Ball?
I think I would add too, Bill, that 28% of abortions in this country
Todavía
are
está jugando
African-American
Dragon Ball,
children, despite the fact that African Americans make up just 13% of the population. If you want to talk about Black Lives Matter, if you want to talk about not hearing people, I think standing up for those black unborn children is an important way to start.
What do you
I think
want?
This poster certainly expressed that to at least some extent, but apparently Paul has no interest in that.
What in their East name do they want with my hammer
The
anyway?
nation's largest Catholic university, DePaul, would do this. It's shocking, and there's no justification.
Eat as
for
much
it.
as you
You
want.
guys should continue to speak out on campus, write articles about
Fetch
it.
some
bring
leather
it to the
straps from
attention
the
of
Braguin
administration,
miners, and I'll
maybe
make you a
they'll,
bag.
Wise up, because this is really, really out there. Gentlemen, we appreciate you coming on tonight. We come right back. Former Attorney General Michael McCasey will comment on how the FBI and the Justice Department are handling the latest Hillary Clinton email situation. Then Waters talking politics in Key West, Florida. We're coming right back.
Reading about Doctor Strange. And I'm ready to try me in 3 days.
These would.
You're gonna like it.
The Braguin have brought this upon themselves.
Friday.
Think your heartburn pill works fast? Take the
Zantac
challenge.
Dash should help you
Zantac
catch
works in
their
as little as
runs.
30 minutes. Nexium can take 24
We must get this
hours.
message
when
to the
heartburn
king.
strikes, take Zantac for faster relief than Nexium. Or your money
The
back.
Dragon
Take
Knights
the
know neither
Zantac
defeat
challenge.
nor surrender. I don't know where those Brogans got their weapons, but they've got us pinned down on open ground. We'll never win this fight as long as the sky is raining hell on us.
Finally, I thought he never.
I need someone to get behind their lines and take them out. Understood?
If you want someone to leave you alone, you pretend like you're sleeping. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Taking selfies in the kitchen does not make you a model. Okay.
Your brain is an amazing thing. But as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the
So
breakthrough
you, okay, let me get this straight. So you can tame, like,
memory.
like
This
dragons and
secret
stuff?
is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish.
All right,
In
man.
clinical
Nah, okay,
trials,
we're
Prevagen has been
talking.
shown
We
to
might have something
improve
interesting
short-term memory.
here.
Prevagen, the name to remember.
Before America heads to the polls, we expose the critical issues facing our nation and shaping voters' decisions. Tomorrow, the federal deficit out of control. We do the numbers and the polling. Watch our nightly series tomorrow on Special Report with Brett Baer.
My race is to get you a high-quality shave at a very economical price. Get your first month of razor free at DollarShaveClub.com. At Old Dominion, we see freight as a combination of products and customers. Every on-time arrival is backed by thousands of OD employees who make sure the millions of products we ship arrive without delays. Because OD employees treat customer service like our most important delivery. OD, helping the world keep promises.
Does everybody make Santa's cookies?
Everybody I know.
How does he eat them?
He's working hard all night. He gets hungry.
Why do you spray that?
Well, it magically keeps the dough from sticking to our cookie cutter. But Pam, nothing gets stuck.
Introducing the new Publishers Clearinghouse Winner's Choice Prize. Win and the choice is yours. $10,000 a week for life or $1 million all at once. Enter at PCH.com and December 23rd, the choice could be yours.
SiriusXM, your favorite shows on Channel 114. Plus, every story, every 15 minutes. Fox News headlines 24/7, Channel 115. The O'Reilly Factor, the #1 cable news show. 16 years and counting.
Hey, Sam Wilson, Bill O'Reilly in a personal story segment tonight. Former U.S. Attorney General Michael Mukasey, who served in that office for 2 years under President Bush, not happy with the way the Justice Department is handling the Hillary Clinton email case. He joins us now here in New York City. If you were Attorney General at this moment, what would you have done? Not at this moment, but say for the last year and a half. What would you have done to investigate the email situation?
I wouldn't have been in the position that Attorney General was in. I'd like to think that there would have been a real investigation, which is to say you interview her early, you get her on the record early, you use a grand jury to gather evidence when people are not willing to turn it over. So when Cheryl Mills and Heather Samuelson have computers that you want to look at, you don't confine yourself to please.
The grand jury issues a subpoena.
Issues a subpoena, and they cough it up.
Why, in your experience, would Loretta Lynch not call for a grand jury? It wasn't Comey's purview to do that. It was Comey's boss, the Attorney General. She could have said, we need a grand jury in this case, and look at what the FBI has come up with, correct?
Sure. And you wouldn't send the Attorney General to say, we need a grand jury in this case. Agents working the FBI, the people within the department working the case would have been able to resort to a grand jury without.
They'd have to get permission because she's their boss, right? Just
not in every investigation.
But this is huge.
I understand this is huge. All right, yes, you'd have to get her. You'd have to get her permission.
Right.
And would I have given mine in a minute?
Okay. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to establish a chain here. Right. As I said in the talking points memo, I believe President Obama made it quite clear to Loretta Lynch and to the FBI that he did not want any kind of indictment in the email situation. That's my belief based on record. Is that your belief?
It is my belief, and it's based on a statement that he made at one point in an interview where he said he didn't think that she ought to be charged because she didn't intend to cause any harm.
Yeah, how would he know?
That's not an element of any crime that she could have been charged.
And he shouldn't be commenting on an ongoing investigation. Is that correct? Ethically?
Correct.
So we both agree here, and we could be wrong, but probably not, that President Obama sent out signals, all right, not in writing, but signals to Loretta Lynch and to Comey, hey, don't do this. That's politics interfering with the U.S. Justice System, is it not?
It is, and it's something that is as old as, goes back to the 12th century. It goes back to Henry II saying, who will rid me of this turbulent priest?
Right.
And Thomas Becket gets
Richard Nixon fired our Attorney General, Assistant Attorney General, for doing things in the Watergate investigation that he didn't want done.
Well, he directed them to fire the special prosecutor. Right. They refused.
Well, he
and
in
they
effect
and
fired them.
yeah, and they
continue on what you do.
They resigned.
Right.
They resigned.
So
that would have been the honorable thing to do.
What you're saying, Judge, is that the justice system and the Justice Department is corrupt right now.
No, I don't. The Justice Department has thousands upon thousands of employees. Those people go to work. Yeah, the leadership is compromised in substantial ways in this case. But there are people who go to work every day at that department who don't want to listen to that.
We're not indicting the investigators because I understand there's a split within the FBI about this. Now, Comey himself, as I said, had to do this because he told Congress if anything else comes up, I'm going to let you know, right?
Yeah, but he painted himself into that corner.
Of course he did, because he was following orders from the president and the Attorney General to find a way not to indict, right?
If that was the reason, I don't know, but he certainly appears that he was following the principle of the king's wish.
Now, when Comey came out and excoriated Secretary Clinton, and then said, but there was an intent, as a judge, you said what?
What I said was there are a lot of statutes that do not require intent, or do not require the kind of intent he was talking about. He said there was no intent to expose
national security.
Right. All you need is gross negligence in the handling of national security information. And when he said that that is constitutionally suspect, that is flat out wrong. We prosecute people every day for criminally negligent homicide.
And we've done a last question. When you saw that Loretta Lynch and Comey, the head of the FBI, did not call for a grand jury, did you know the fix was in?
I forget the point at which it was clear that it was the prosecution, but when they stopped short of using a grand jury at any point,
how's
it was clear to me that nothing was going to happen.
Okay. They don't want to investigate the foundation either, the Clinton Foundation either. That's coming down. We're not going to do that tonight because we're assembling more information, but they don't want to do that either. They don't want to even look at it. So this is a mess. This is an embarrassment to the U.S. Justice Department, correct?
It's an embarrassment. I'm hoping that the department can wash it off when somebody else is in charge.
Okay, Judge. We appreciate you coming in. Water's on deck. He goes to Key West to talk presidential politics. That should be dubious. Right back with him.
My insurance rates are probably going to double.
But Dad, you've got...
Allstate. With accident forgiveness, they guarantee your rates won't go up just because of an accident.
Playing.
Smart kid. Indeed. It's good
My
to
name
be
has
there.
always
Good
been
hands.
Killer Clown.
When everything's included, the kids get a vacation of their own. And so do we. But when we get together, it's the best time of all. Beaches, Turks, and Caicos. Call the 1-800-BEACHES.
Boy, we're shipping a ton of these goofy glasses.
Yeah, well, we gotta hand it to
I didn't
FedEx.
get that
They
letter
make our
and
e-commerce
memo.
so easy, and now we're getting all kinds of new customers.
I know. Can you believe we're getting orders?
This one's going to New Zealand.
New Zealand?
What the fudge?
False alarm.
Hey, you guys
What
are
the-
gonna scare away the deer.
Idiots.
Providing global access for small business. FedEx.
More Clinton controversy inside the FBI's new email investigation.
It's the story that has
We're
everyone
not in the
talking.
center.
Judge
We're in the
Napolitano
center.
reacts on the Kelly File tonight.
My life has changed completely.
Yeah, I'm liking the game a lot, but you know, I like.
Get up and walk.
5 times the calorie burn starts right here with the incline trainer from Nordic Track.
Nordic Track.
What happened?
I'm Jillian Michaels, America's toughest trainer.
Oh, I haven't found anything yet. I'm still, you
Unbelievable
know,
results?
exploring.
Well, guess what? There's a better way. Trainer from Nordic Track.
With incline training, I'm able to burn 5
That's
times the
interesting.
calories.
5 times the calorie burn just by walking. You
Well,
want
I
to know
kinda
what
just-
Nordic Track's calorie burning secret is? Incline. 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 Look, she's starting at a 6% decline. Now, watch this. She's burning 2 times the calories just by walking. Ordinary treadmills stop here, but Nordic Track's not done. Let's move to 3 times the calories. 4 times. 5 times the calories. And all she's doing is walking.
The X11I can go from an incredible -6 to 40% incline for 5 times the calorie burn.
5 times more calories
Just by walking.
You want
Yo,
another
sniper,
secret
you
to burning
need.
more calories?
Yo, get this game, man.
Touch
Riders,
button.
whatever. What's the
Activate
name of this game
You'll be
again?
motivated
Playing
by an
already.
immersive calorie burning
Yeah.
experience unlike anything you've ever seen.
What level are you?
Because it's powered by
Level
Google
minus
Maps,
10.
You won't just see it, you'll feel it. All from your living room.
I can climb Mount Everest if I want. I think will change
Pretty cool.
the way you see fitness.
Indonesia, Italy, Hawaii.
Pick anywhere in the world and go there. So you get the world's best machine, the world's best fitness technology, one of the world's best trainers, all from the most trusted name in fitness, Nordic Track.
Or you gonna go real life Super Saiyan now?
Times the calorie burn with the X11I incline trainer from Nordic Track.
You're gonna do a mega to a freaking cop.
Look alive! We have to break the
Oh,
brigade defenses.
On Saturday, Key West, Florida held its annual Fantasy Fest, which is a 10-day festival designed to get people to go to Key West.
There comes a taser.
Team this year, political voodoo and ballot box barbarians.
You
Waters
just got raped by taser. I mean, it's good, yo. Yo, in this game you can even beat down your horse. I mean, if your horse like is a bad horse or whatever, you can kill him and till we get the next one. So you don't waste no slots.
Are you cold?
A little bit.
I can tell.
Yeah.
What's your fantasy?
I don't think I can say that on air.
Oh no! Oh, so you can keep all of them? Okay. Okay. No, I got. I think I killed like 2 of them or something. Say, I like this. I like this one better. So I'm okay. I need to save this space. Horse meat.
Which event? The parade? Or it could be Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Big event coming down the pipeline. What do you think?
I would have to say.
So add me up in game. Kill a clown next.
Election?
But
I'm not voting. My vote doesn't count. The election. We try not to follow the
But-
election.
Obamacare's entering the death
But
spiral.
seriously, man, we need to like y'all need to get Revelation. You know, because there's gonna be like an OP PvP game. And you know, I know after a while you're gonna get tired of that Dragon Balls. You know, searching for balls all day. You know, get tired.
That's the conundrum. Can they stay at your house? I'll take one. So they can spend the night at your house?
Or you can go to any downtown corner and probably get some balls. But you know.
There's already a wall there, idiot.
Oh.
Talking to me?
Are you a Trump girl or a Hillary girl?
Neither.
Do you care who's gonna win?
I don't root for either of them.
Vote Hillary.
We're on the Trump train.
America great again.
So how many Dragon Balls are you able to like collect after balling out like
Does
that?
Hillary's email situation concern you?
You need 7,
Does
right?
anything concern you?
No.
Do you have second thoughts about Hillary after the FBI reopened the email investigation?
They didn't reopen the investigation. They found other emails related to her, not from her server.
How do you know that?
Because I saw it on TV.
Call it a hunch.
She was born guilty.
You're about
I
as
mean,
innocent as Hillary.
you know, the game, you know, fighting potential. Yeah, I mean, the game has a lot of fighting potential. You know, it's pretty good of the fighting, but
Here we are.
Oh, yay!
I mean, the camera and all these little issues like that. You know,
Amazing.
like I said, I'll wait for like maybe like patch 3 when they figure out all the
Eat as
issues,
much as
even with the combos and everything.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
See you again.
Yeah, because
Can I hold your staff?
Yeah.
I know because the
Big
game
staff.
is made for that.
You're a fan of the Factor?
We all big time, and you.
You know who I am, right?
Absolutely.
Tom Waters. Tom
What,
Waters.
mouse and keyboard?
Tom Waters.
And this is your world.
And this is my world.
What do you think? I'm freaking. I'm young. I'm 34, man. I'm freaking pretty old.
No, all right, Riz Waters, no kids down there, right?
I am, man. I'm like old geezer, man.
Trouble.
Yeah.
I wish I was 9 when I was
God,
doing
dude,
that.
shit, man. It's just around the corner, so
Are there any?
try to get your kids straight, man, before the balls go dry.
Led the Brit and Ron Jeremy was right behind him.
That's like cops.
One guy actually imitated a cop, and no one knew the difference.
Because it, you know, I
Planning
know
on
it's
the
all
third
good
one,
fun,
man.
but it's not for the kids.
Yeah, and I was not having a good time.
You were.
Get
I
them
was just
kids, man. I
pretending
want to
to
have
enjoy
an
myself. You know, I
army
don't
of
like
micro
these assignments,
midgets,
I just want to
man.
let the
It's
record
like
show.
all following
There
me
you go, and
around.
if you believe that, we'd like to remind you that Waters is
When I get
joining
old,
the
they can
Spin
change
Stop
my
Series
diapers
Tour
and,
in 2017. Coming right up, we roll
They
into
can feed.
Tulsa,
They can feed
Oklahoma
me
on
either by a
Friday,
tube or by the
January 13,
spoon. You
Reading,
know, whichever
Pennsylvania.
is more
The next
convenient.
night, January 14th, Omaha, Nebraska. Friday, March 24th, Tacoma Dome in Washington. Saturday, March 25th, Westbury, Long Island, my home field. Saturday, June 17th. Tickets make
Pretty
outstanding
much I got a
Christmas
set
and Hanukkah
retirement
gifts.
plan.
Get them before they sell out. Info on
Get like enough kids so I won't get sent to a retirement
A
home.
young baseball player tragically killed in a boating accident. Now we know why. The tip, moments away.
Wells Fargo is making changes to make things right. First, all customers who've been impacted will be fully refunded. Second, we'll proactively send you a confirmation for any checking, savings, or credit card account you open. Third, we've eliminated product sales goals for retail business to ensure your customers are put first.
No, I'm not talking about go ape shit like that. I'm talking about, you know, having a good family.
Cartels, militias, terrorists, they all want partner cash.
Oh wow,
Sure,
there's
the dirty
blood.
little piggy bank.
We're going to insert into the country while nobody is looking.
We're going to steal their money, sir?
No, we are
I
going
can
to
see
destroy it.
blood.
We're going to finish this mission.
Anything we find is ours. You want to trust a bunch of Blackwater hooks? I mean, the
rush. I've never felt anything like it.
If we stay here, we're gonna die. And we die.
Same thing I said about the game.
Studies show the average attention span is 8 seconds.
Cavs trail the Clippers by 3. There's only one person to go to right now. Number 39, Tony
The thing the redesigned Kia Forte comes with available lane keep assist to help you from drifting, even if your mind does.
You know Sniper has no life.
I love that my shop is part of the morning ritual around here. People rely on that first cup, and I wouldn't want to mess with that. But when back pain got bad,
Yeah, this game is trash, man. I can't do this.
Then I found a
Can deal with trash cameras and trash games
Combine a
and
safe sleep
physics.
plus the 12-hour strength of Relief. For pain relief that can
But I
last
never
until the
played one.
Hey guys, now
No, that's not my problem. I think that was a benefit. I saved myself a headache.
Fact tip today.
I mean, I was hyped. I thought the game was gonna be awesome
The
and
first
like.
Amazon has a special Kindle deal for Killing the Rising Sun. You might want to
I
check
refunded
that
it.
out. And if you would like
I
signed
refunded
editions
that.
of Rising
Yes, I
Sun,
did.
please get those orders into
I was like,
O'Reilly
what? I ain't losing
now,
$70 over this
because
thing.
with
I wait till
Flooded,
this thing is on
again,
special.
they make
Then I
great
get it.
gifts for the season. Now the man.
Yeah, man, this thing on Steam is $70, bro. I don't think the game is worth $70.
Favoring the Clintons. Bud Mullins, Purcell, Oklahoma. Bill, your questions to Donald Trump were fair, but I never heard you say you agree with him.
Oh, me, I like,
Maybe you don't agree
you
with
know,
something a
I have like
politician
some
says, and
Steam
we'll state
wallet.
that. My job's to get information, not loot for anyone.
But yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, no matter how much Steam wallet thing I have, I'm not gonna, you know, it's not worth it.
Trump.
You see, I'm thinking about spending some cash on this one. Like maybe it's some drag on the rid, whatever writer Icarus, whatever.
This Trump, you sound like you are superior. Is it because you are jealous of him? Absolutely, Ken. You nailed it. Robert Anderson, Naugatuck, Connecticut. What does the 20 mean next to the Olympic logo? That's on the air for 20 years. Dr. Lawrence Tucker, Newport Beach, California. I'm an African-American physician. Programs, handicap.
This is why like I don't see a lot of people.
Grew up in Compton, joined the Marines, and that took me out of the ghetto. And supporting Trump for president. Quite a story, Doctor. Congratulations on achieving success in the marketplace and helping others most of all. Vladimir Chernevkov, Bel Air, Maryland. I am 14 and just finished Killing the Rising Sun. Bill, you and Martin Dugard do great work. Well, it's always good to hear. We appreciate you reading the book, Vlad. Good for you. Fact tip of the day on September 25th, Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez, 24 years old, a league star, one of the best pitchers in the league, was killed when his boat crashed into the ship. On Saturday, toxicology reports were released showing Fernandez had cocaine in his system. He was also intoxicated by alcohol. His two friends, who also died, were found with intoxicants in their systems as well. So once again, young people die because of lack of self-control. Using cocaine or any other hard drug is dangerous. Those who sell hard drugs are vicious criminals. Our society is entirely too lax and justifies drug trafficking to the extent that it no longer carries a stigma. That is a disgrace. In fact, if you use hard drugs and abuse alcohol, expect bad things to happen. And that is it. Check out the website, different from BillO'Reilly.com. Also, we'd like you to spout out about happening anywhere in the world. O'Reilly at FoxNews.com, O'Reilly at FoxNews.com. Name, town of your week, 205. Word of the day, do not be a farcier. A farcier. All right, fact. All right, tomorrow we have Mike Pence, Governor Pence, entering the no spin zone. And that's very interesting. Oh, it's and then we're going to have, you're going to see, beginning on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this national polling and state-by-state polling start to shift. We're also expecting Democrats to throw something at Trump. So stay with us every night this week. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching us tonight. And please remember that the spin stops here because we are definitely looking out for you.
Breaking tonight from the Friday night frying pan to the Monday night fire. The Clinton campaign now dealing with not only a new investigation by the FBI, but also with new allegations that the campaign manager lied to the country and the candidate cheated at a key debate. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. It isn't just the emails, folks. For the second time in a single month now, we are hearing new reports that former acting DNC chair and former CNNer Donna Brazile was feeding questions to the Clinton campaign ahead of Democratic town hall debates. On top of that, we're now hearing that Clinton campaign manager
So yeah, like what happened to the
had a
people?
close relationship with the man who engineered a series of dirty tricks on the campaign trail after Mook went on national TV to say he didn't even know this guy. And we haven't even begun going over the new headlines regarding the FBI's stunner on Friday, a decision to put out Mrs. Clinton's email investigators back to work. And there are many of them. Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Anna Napolitano is here on that, along with Harvard Law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz. But we begin with our chief intelligence correspondent, Catherine Herridge, with the very latest on where we are in this investigation. Catherine?
Begin tonight, the FBI is sifting through thousands of emails after forensic specialists at the Bureau developed a software program to exploit the data and identify records relevant to the Clinton case. We learned today that in early October, New York FBI agents working in the sexting investigation stumbled across emails from Anthony Weiner's estranged wife, Clinton aide Huma Abedin. FBI headquarters here in Washington was notified. We don't know why it took another 3 weeks for FBI Director James Comey to send Friday's letter to Congress. What we have confirmed is that the New York agents needed additional approvals to expand their search beyond the sexting allegations after the review found multiple hits to the Clinton server and State Department records. With Sunday's search warrant, agents can now read the contents of those emails. Meantime, a source close to Weiner's legal team tells Beth Baer that they believe the laptop was used to back up Abedin's smartphone contacts. And in the process, it backed up all of her emails, including those from Secretary Clinton's tenure at the State Department. Abedin told the FBI in April that she routinely sent State Department emails like this one from Clinton to her personal Yahoo account, where it was easier to print than the clumsy State Department system. And in a separate deposition with Judicial Watch, Abedin swore that she never deleted any emails and that she searched every device that could possibly hold government records. That sworn declaration tonight is now in question. The Justice Department sent this letter to Capitol Hill late today, pledging to make every resource available to expedite the review before Election Day. But with the number of records, that does seem to be a long shot.
Catherine, good to see you. Sure. Joining me now, Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Anna Napolitano. So now it looks like Huma had a shared computer with Anthony Weiner. Right. She had forwarded a bunch of documents she never should have forwarded from Hillary Clinton's server to her Yahoo account, because no one's Yahoo account has ever gotten hacked. Right. And then magically forgot about it when she came under questioning by the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Right, as well as under oath in the Freedom of Information Act case where the deposition was ordered by a federal judge, the lawsuit by Judicial Watch. Look, if the FBI had been permitted by the Justice Department to seat a grand jury and therefore had subpoena power, they more likely than not would have subpoenaed Huma Abedin's mobile device and would have seen the trigger in there that automatically forwarded to herself every email she received, whether from Mrs. Clinton or anybody else.
Unbelievable.
They didn't know about it.
Yahoo's had it.
Exactly.
Yahoo email account has had our state secrets.
Didn't know about it until they stumbled upon it when they were looking at her husband's laptop for reasons that we understand.
Okay, so they didn't, and they're looking to see whether there are state secrets in there, whether there's classified information in there.
Well, it's interesting. The affidavit to induce the search warrant that they gave to a federal judge in New York City on Sunday night, 2 days after Director Comey sent a letter about what he hadn't seen, which caused all this uproar that I've been very critical of. That affidavit targets Huma. It doesn't target Hillary Clinton. It says
more
we're
and more
concerned
that's
that
the
she may have lied to us.
More and more that's the reporting that there may not be such bad news for Hillary in here, but there may be very bad news for Huma Abedin.
Right.
But when you're pointing out that Comey's letter on Friday, that got everybody in such a tizzy. Wait, what? He's reopening the investigation. There's 9 days or whatever it was to go to the election. You say he shouldn't have sent it, among other reasons, because he didn't know what was in the emails. And we all, I think, were surprised that he hadn't obtained a warrant yet to see what was in the emails. What's so wrong about that? He saw that there were thousands of them. He was told by his guys they related to the Hillary Clinton investigation.
Because the FBI does not give progress reports on criminal cases. It is not
But he promised Congress he would update them.
But it was a promise that he oughtn't have made and that would never be kept because he was not obliged. In fact, it was a violation of Department of Justice and FBI policy for him to give such a progress report. It creates a false impression of a snapshot of evidence. It's like Kafka and the trial. Mrs. Clinton doesn't know what's in there, and there's clouds hanging over her.
So this could be
because
nothing.
He blabbed about it.
Your point is this could be a nothing burger, and it's already been hung around her neck.
My
Hillary's
point is that the FBI has to go wherever the evidence takes them without telling anybody who was doing it and giving the evidence to the Justice Department. It's a fact-finding investigative agency. He doesn't answer to the Congress. He doesn't answer to a congressional committee. He answers only to the DOJ.
But he was asked before the House Oversight Committee whether he would reopen the Clinton investigation if he discovered new information that was relevant and substantial. He said he believed we certainly would look at that. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Reportedly, he felt the Bureau's reputation was on the line. And now we actually have a theory as to another reason why he did it. Judge, good to see you.
Of course.
We're going to get into that now. So we are also investigating a possible civil war brewing in Washington after reports surfaced that the DOJ tried to stop the FBI from looking into the Clinton Foundation. Yet another mess in this election. The Wall Street Journal broke this story earlier under the headline, FBI in internal feud over Hillary Clinton probe. And Ed Henry has the new details live in Washington. Ed?
That's right. There are questions about whether the FBI officials told agents who part of this probe of the Clinton Foundation they were looking into potential financial crimes. This comes as there were new WikiLeaks revelations today about that foundation, despite Hillary Clinton repeatedly saying the program should get good works around the world. One email showed her top campaign strategist Joel Benenson told colleagues in 2015 he was dealing with, quote, brush fires over the foundation and they could finally cut off foreign donors. 8 days later, Bill Clinton's top aide wrote to John Podesta cryptically, quote, foreign government donors, all the money is in. As for the FBI investigation of all this, the Wall Street Journal, as you say, reporting, quote, others further down the FBI agents were given a much stronger instruction on the case. Stand down. When agents questioned why they weren't allowed to take more aggressive steps, they said they were told the order had come from the Deputy Director, Mr. McCabe. That's Andrew McCabe. You remember him, now the Deputy Director of the FBI. People close to him deny he ever issued a stand-down order, but he was already under fire because campaign finance records show the PAC of a close Clinton friend, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, donated nearly $500,000 to the 2015 state Senate campaign of Dr. Jill McCabe, who's married to that FBI official. She lost anyway, and all involved have denied any improper influence on these various FBI investigations.
Ow, ow, ow.
Makes your head hurt.
I don't know what the hell you just said. Can you bottom line? So McCabe, I get the part, this was reported last week. McCabe, second in command at the FBI. The wife runs for office in Virginia.
State office in Virginia.
The Dragon Knights know neither defeat nor surrender. Fight with us.
Totally unrelated. The Clintons had no idea. They had no idea. Okay.
These woods were sacred once.
We understand that. What's the separate thing about the Clinton Foundation and McCabe?
So they're saying that FBI agents are saying that they were given a stand-down order. Stop investigating the Clinton Foundation.
By McCabe?
May Alora's blessing be with you.
People around McCabe say he never issued any order. He wanted to get to the bottom of
what do you want?
Going on at the Clinton Foundation, and that people
without those relics, we'll never get out of this ruin-touched forest.
Everything on him. So nobody knows the truth. I think the bottom line, when you ask the bottom line, the FBI is in full revolt right now. It's a mess. This is an agency that's supposed to be sorting all this stuff out. Instead, here we are.
Smell will never.
The ghost that haunts the southern ruins will have the hammer we need.
Ed, thank you.
Good to see you.
We must get this message to the
Getting a
king.
little bit more clear. Were you with me? Was I, what? Let's see if we can go one step further. Joining me now, former House Intelligence Committee Chairman and Trump Campaign National Security Advisor, Pete Hoekstra, and former Deputy Assistant to President Bill Clinton and co-founder of Third Way, Matt Bennett. Good to see you both. Congressman, let me start with you. I mean, the takeaway seems to be something funny is up at the FBI. It kind of stinks. We don't want to falsely impugn McCabe, who one presumes is serving his country honorably, but the evidence seems to be pointing in the direction of a red flag where he sits.
Well, I think you really got a couple of red flags here. You've got him at the FBI with McCabe, whose wife, whose wife's campaign got the $500,000, McCabe should have recused himself and not been part of the process in terms of decision making, either here on the Clinton Foundation or on the Clinton emails.
He
You
wasn't
have the
in
same thing
charge
here.
when the donation was made, however. He was not overseeing the Clinton email investigation at that time.
That is absolutely correct. But as that process moved forward, he did move into the decision-making process.
But his wife already
and
lost.
towards the later end of. Pardon?
His wife already lost at that point.
Yeah, but the thing is, at one point in time, they had gotten $500,000, and that, hey, I've raised funds, and you remember the people who give you $500,000. Let me tell you.
That's a
the
big
other,
old
the other person that should have. Yeah, the other person that should have recused herself through this process is Loretta Lynch. Her name comes up repeatedly in both of these investigations. This is a person that was appointed by Bill Clinton when he was president to be a district attorney. This is a person that met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac at a Phoenix airport as both of these investigations were going on.
That was coincidental.
And this is the person. Yeah, coincidental. And this is also the person that was mentioned in the New York Times report as being considered to be the next Attorney General if Hillary Clinton won this race. They both should have recused themselves and turned it over to the other professionals at the FBI and at the Justice Department.
Let's just start broad. What's your take on this?
So look, Megan, almost everything the Congressman just said is conjecture taken from anonymous sources who are warring with each other, as Ed Henry made clear, in the newspaper, both in the New York Times when there was conjecture about Loretta Lynch being reappointed as Attorney General, and in the Wall Street Journal today with the story about the FBI. It is a bad week for the FBI where you have people leaking anonymously to the newspaper on both sides of every single issue. You got one side saying there's this misconduct, the other side saying no, there isn't. There's people impugning the integrity of the deputy director of the FBI with zero evidence.
Well, it's not right. They have nothing hard, against him. It's just circumstantial. It's like, really? Should they have taken $500,000 from Terry McAuliffe, who's a well-known operative of the Clintons, even though he's governor of Virginia? He's their guy, and then gone on to oversee any investigation having to do with Hillary. I see the congressman's point, don't you? That perhaps Mr. McCabe should have recused himself. We're showing Comey, but it's his second in command from that investigation and from any investigation having to do with Hillary.
Well, look, I really don't know enough about how the FBI operates to understand when recusal is necessary, but I will tell you this. Terry McAuliffe's goal in life back then was to get the Senate back for Democrats. He was being blocked in his #1 ambition, which was being blocked by the Virginia Senate Republicans, and it was like a 1 or 2 seat majority, and that was a seat that he thought he could win, and he raises prolific amounts of money. So I am not the least bit surprised that he put that kind of money into a race.
Because listen, you're the expert, not me, but they say the 500,000 beans is that is a lot in any race, never mind a state race like hers.
It is, but I think, as you pointed out, she lost, so maybe it wasn't enough. State Senate races can be pretty expensive in very expensive media markets. But the point is, Terry McAuliffe wasn't thinking about what the deputy director of the FBI might or might not be investigating. He was thinking, I got to get the Senate back. It had nothing whatsoever to do with what her husband did for a living.
Okay, you've heard from the prosecution and the defense, and now we just let the case rest for this evening anyway, and the viewers shall decide whether there's some funny business going on with the investigations of the Clintons. Great to see you both.
Thanks, Megan.
Great, thank you.
Well, ever since Director Comey dropped the bombshell on Friday, leading Democrats have taken turns attacking the FBI director, the one they loved so much back in July. So why was the White House defending Mr. Comey this afternoon? We'll speak with law professor Alan Dershowitz about that next. Plus, for the second time in a single month, leaked emails appear to show Donna Brazile giving the Clinton campaign an unfair advantage heading into a presidential debate, the primaries, that is. So what does Ms. Brazile have to say about that tonight? And what about what she told me on this broadcast in front of all of you just 12 days ago? Don't miss our investigation still ahead. Where did you get it?
As a Christian woman, I understand persecution, but I will not sit here and be persecuted because your information is totally false. What you're telling the American
Podesta's
people,
email.
Well, Podesta's emails were stolen. You're so interested in talking about stolen
So you
material.
deny it?
The Kelly File is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty stands with you.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when I was too busy with the kids to get a repair estimate.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, with Liberty Mutual, all I needed to do to get an estimate was snap a photo of the damage and voila.
Voila. I wish my insurance company had that. Wait, hold it, boys. There's supposed to be 3 of you. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Hey, where's Charlie? Charlie?
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Everyone has got a dream. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to see what they never seen.
Hey, is this our turn?
You know what I
Honey, our turn?
Yeah, we go left right here. Great adventures are still out there. We'll find them in our Subaru Outback.
Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
I did not email any classified material.
Really?
The FBI said that there were 110 classified emails that were exchanged.
Hillary lied. And another lie.
I respect the Second Amendment.
But behind closed doors, Hillary told liberal elites.
The Supreme Court is wrong on the Second Amendment.
Hillary will lie about anything to get elected. The NRA Institute for Legislative Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Many people clean their dentures with toothpaste or plain water. And even though their dentures look clean, in reality, they're not. If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exist on the denture. And that bacteria multiplies very rapidly. That's why dentists recommend cleaning with Polident every day. Polident's unique microclean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria. For a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Because I'm a woman, do you think I'm gonna crack under pressure or conquer the field?
Defy expectations any day with Always Infinity. Made with Flex Foam. Absorbs 10 times its weight. Rewrite the rules. Always.
Why does Toby take Cosequin? So he and his friends can leap in and get a good seat for the show. Keep them moving with Cosequin Joint Health Supplements.
This program is brought to you by Cosequin, available at veterinarians and fine pet retailers.
With so many online degree options, we wanted to know why our students chose Southern New Hampshire University.
It is such quality education for the price.
And I love that it was an actual campus.
When I made that first phone call, they made it so easy. I like that it was a nonprofit school and there was a huge focus on education.
It's not about furthering themselves, it's about furthering me, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Find your online graduate or undergraduate program today and see yourself succeed at snhu.edu.
This is not just any cruise. This is MSC Cruises, one of the largest cruise lines in the world, where every detail is beyond just ordinary. You won't see just one performance. You'll see a different show every night. And you won't be served just any meal. You'll enjoy freshly prepared international cuisine. Because this is not just any cruise. This is an MSC Cruise.
From the world headquarters of Fox News, it's the Kelly File with Megan Kelly.
8 days to go. It feels like we're gonna make it. Like 8 days, we can handle that. And Hillary Clinton and loyal Democratic allies are wasting no time condemning FBI Director James Comey over his decision to take a look at this new evidence in her email scandal. Here's this little sample.
I call it an October betrayal of long-standing FBI protocol.
Director Comey made a grave mistake. We all make mistakes, but this is a grave mistake.
Mr. Comey really needs to come forward and explain why he took this unprecedented step.
That Director Comey sent this unprecedented letter shortly before the election when he doesn't even know what the information is. That's disturbing.
In fact, it's not just strange, it's unprecedented, and it is deeply troubling.
So with dozens of top Democrats taking the chance to attack Director Comey, it got some attention when the White House today said this.
The president believes that Director Comey is a man of integrity, he's a man of principle, and he's a man of good character. These are the traits that led the president to select him to be the director of the FBI? And these are tough questions. And so it's a good thing that he's a man of integrity and character to take them on.
Joining me now, Alan Dershowitz, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus and author of Electile Dysfunction, a guide for unaroused voters. And there are many of them. Professor, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks.
So first, let me just get your take on Comey and whether he did the right thing.
Well, I think he is a man of integrity. I think the president got it exactly right. He's a man of great integrity, and he is going to be criticized, and he has been criticized by legal scholars, by Republicans, by a former attorney general. I think he did the right thing by making a statement. I think his statement was wrong. What he should have said is this: I don't know what's in these emails. I haven't seen them. The Fourth Amendment precludes any of us from looking at them. I'm going to look at them now, but don't infer anything. Don't change your vote based on my announcement. It is a technical announcement designed to inform Congress. But if anybody infers anything from the content of those emails, they are making a serious mistake. He should have said that. He should say it now, because he's been misunderstood.
We don't expect any statement from Director Comey at all between now and Election Day. And this whole process is going to take months to play out.
And let's remember, too, we all trust Comey. I do. He's a man of great integrity. But remember who the building is named after. J. Edgar Hoover. Would we want this precedent established by Comey to be employed by a J. Edgar Hoover in the future? Remember, anything the FBI director does becomes precedent. And what he's done poses a dangerous precedent by an FBI director who might actually want to put his thumb.
I trust Comey as a recovering lawyer who's been told by lawyers with Republican and Democratic backgrounds for years that he's a straight shooter.
He is.
And he calls them like he sees them, and irrespective of politics. Let's just talk about this, though. So let's just say she gets indicted, which is a far step away from where we are right now.
It's not going to happen.
But people are wondering how it would affect the election. If she gets indicted, let's say she wins on Tuesday, and then she gets indicted, can she still be president?
Yes, but let's turn it around. Let's assume she loses on Tuesday, and then on December 1st, Comey announces there's nothing in any of these mails. They're simply duplicates. He becomes the villain of the piece. He should not be having an impact either way. What I think happened is he saw that Hillary was so far ahead that he said to himself, let me err on the side of disclosing this. It's not going to change the election.
Oh, really?
Because
I
don't want
politics did enter.
Well, I think his own reputation entered. I don't want to be criticized by Trump after he loses the election. What he didn't realize is that his very statement could turn the election around, give it to Trump, and then if he finds nothing, he's in trouble. Let me tell you what else is wrong. The Clintons are handling this wrong. By criticizing him, they are putting unconscious pressure on him to find something. Because if, in fact, he finds nothing, he'll look terrible. So he's going to look very hard to find something.
She should act like she doesn't care. She should be like, yeah, it's fine.
Absolutely right. She should say, look, disclose everything, put it all out, but you never benefit from criticizing the director of the FBI.
Do you believe that Huma Abedin is just shocked to find 650,000 documents or emails on her home computer that she just allegedly didn't know about them?
I think both she and her lawyers had an obligation to check that and find that out when she got a subpoena to produce the information, was asked to produce it, and she and her lawyers said they produced everything. It was at least negligent for them not to have checked on a home computer that was her husband's and that easily could have been used for backups, especially she knew she used it to back up some material. So maybe she didn't know, but she should have known, and her lawyer should have known.
They basically say that if Hillary Clinton were elected on next Tuesday and then indicted and then convicted before inauguration, Tim Kaine would then be the president. If she gets indicted and not convicted until after the inauguration, there's really no questions. It's not clear whether you can pardon yourself, but she's probably in the clear at that point.
She can't pardon herself. She's not going to be indicted. It's more likely that Trump will be indicted for his Trump University, for his relationships with Russia, for all of that.
He's not going to be indicted
for any of that. And that's my point. Neither of them are getting indicted. Nobody gets indicted for what
Are you getting indicted? Maybe I'm getting indicted. Are you a twin? Am I?
No. Nobody's getting indicted for emails. You have to. You know, this is a new thing. Nobody knew how to deal with it. So I think that what I'm worried about is that the election could be influenced by what Comey said.
We're going to get into that in just a bit and take a look at what the polls are telling us on that front. Professor, always a pleasure. Maybe the Tea Party groups are going to get indicted. They usually are the ones who find themselves in the crosshairs, right? Okay, also tonight, new controversy over Donna Brazile after it appears the CNN contributor and the acting DNC chair right now has been caught sharing CNN debate questions with the Clinton campaign for a second time. Those are the two we appear to know about. Here's how she responded after the first time. Jake Tapper came out and said this was unethical. That's your own colleague at CNN. It's not Megyn Kelly. Who gave you that question? We'll show you how she's responding tonight when Tucker Carlson and Richard Fowler join us next. Plus, Howie Kurtz weighs in on what it means for CNN and what their obligation is now. Stay tuned.
Insult women.
It's all talk.
Well, here we go again.
It's really bad judgment.
Issues, not insults.
She should be ashamed of herself.
Fox News Channel has election night covered, fair and balanced, up-to-the-minute exit polls, breaking race results and powerful analysis from the best team in politics. Plus, it all happens live from our new state-of-the-art studio. Only Fox News Channel has election night covered because we are America's election headquarters.
After the tornado hit, Bill Ford rolled into town and they said, we can fix this. We're gonna make this all better.
I made them a promise that their kids would be back on the first day of school. At Belfour, we're restoring more than property.
There's nothing more important than your health or the freedom to choose what doctor you want to see. So if you have Medicare Parts A and B, consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, these let you choose any doctor who accepts Medicare patients. You're not stuck in a network because there aren't any. Plus, these plans help cover some of the Part B medical expenses Medicare doesn't pay. So why wait? Call now to request your free decision guide and find the AARP Medicare supplement plan that works for you. Like all Medicare supplement plans, you'll be able to stay with the doctor or specialist you trust or look for someone new, as long as they accept Medicare patients. But unlike other plans, these are the only ones of their kind endorsed by AARP. Rates are competitive, so call today and learn more about choosing the doctors you'd like to see. Go long.
Your ancestors preserved food for the hard times they knew would come. Shouldn't you prepare as well? With a Harvest Right home freeze dryer, you can preserve all your favorite foods for up to 25 years. Meats, fruits, vegetables, ice cream, even lasagna can be freeze dried right in your home, maintaining their original taste and nutrition. This just might save your life. For more information, call today or visit harvestright.com. Harvest Right. Long live your food.
You can count on all kinds of challenges when you have your own business. But thanks to Square, you can accept credit cards like this, and like this. You can count on clear pricing for every major credit card because Square has no surprise fees. You get deposits as soon as the next business day and easy-to-read sales reports to help you grow your business. You can rely on support for any questions, but you shouldn't really have to because our stuff's pretty reliable. You can count on it. Get started free at square.com.
The best ideas come from solving common problems. My problem, like a lot of other men, I couldn't find a shirt that looked good untucked. So this became my passion, to design a shirt that captures the perfect balance between length and fit. Easy to say, not that easy to do. But with some innovative design changes, we did it. Our problem, my solution. Untuckit.com.
Take the roar out of snore. Yet another innovation only at a Sleep Number store.
When you think of saving time and money, what comes to mind? Whatever it is, AARPadvantages.com can help you save both along the way. So when you get there, you can enjoy yourself all the more for less.
Fox News Channel on Sirius XM. Your favorite shows on Channel 114. Plus every story, every 15 minutes. Fox News headlines 24/7. Channel 115.
Breaking tonight, new controversy for Donna Brazile as the interim DNC chair and former CNN contributor finds herself once again accused of stacking the deck for Hillary Clinton. She's accused of cheating. This is the second time and the second event where Ms. Brazile appears to have fed the Clinton campaign insider information in advance of a debate. Here's a little of what happened when I interviewed her about the first incident. Where'd you get it?
Clear.
Where did you get it?
First of all, what information are you providing to me that will allow me to see what you're talking about? Everybody
You got the
is
WikiLeaks released a March 12th Podesta email showing you messaging the Clinton campaign with the exact wording of a question asked at the March 13th CNN TV1 town hall debate.
Kelly,
where did you get it?
You know, as a Christian woman, I understand persecution, but I will not sit here and be persecuted because your information is totally false. What you're telling the American people,
Podesta's email.
Well, Podesta's emails were stolen. You're so interested in talking about stolen
So you
material.
deny it.
You're like a thief that want to bring into the night the things that you found that was in the gutter.
Jake Tapper came out and said this was unethical. That's your own colleague at CNN. It's not Megyn Kelly. Who gave you that question?
Hey, Megan, once again, I've said it, and I've said it on the record, and I'll say it on the record, and I'll keep saying it on the record. I am not going to try to validate falsified information.
Your email to the Clinton camp said, sometimes I receive the questions in advance. And CNN is saying Roland Martin gave them to you or someone at TV1. And they were provided to Hillary before that town hall.
Well, anybody who knows me, and there are a number of your colleagues as well, they know me very well. I know how I play it. CNN has never provided me with questions, absolutely ever, nada.
Well, when you said from time to time I get the questions in advance, what were you referring to? Because in that email you offered the exact question that one of the moderators, Roland Martin, then proposed the next day.
So my reference back to you, ma'am, with all respect, and I respect you greatly.
And I respect you too.
The validity of those emails, if I can only tell you one thing, because as you know, this whole episode is under criminal investigation, but I could just tell you one thing. A lot of those emails, I would not give them the time of the day. I've seen so many doctored emails.
Today, Ms. Brazile is again denying any wrongdoing. In moments, we'll be joined by Tucker Carlson and Richard Fowler. We'll ask them if this latest development supports Donald Trump's claim that the system is rigged. And we'll also speak with Howie Kurtz about the fallout here for CNN. But we begin with Trace Gallagher reporting from our West Coast newsroom. Trace?
Megan, now it appears that one day before the Democratic primary debate on March 6th in Flint, Michigan, on CNN, Donna Brazile apparently wrote to Clinton campaign chair John Podesta and campaign communications advisor Jen Paul Mary, quoting, "One of the questions directed to HRC tomorrow is from a woman with a rash. Her family has lead poison, and she will ask what, if anything, will Hillary do as president to help the people of Flint?" And here's the question that was asked the very next night to both Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Watch.
Will you make a personal promise to me right now that as president in your first 100 days in office, you will make it a requirement that all public water systems must remove all lead service lines throughout the entire United States?
A little too coincidental for CNN, which now says it severed ties with Donna Brazile back on October 14th and, quote, never gave Brazile access to any questions. We are completely uncomfortable with what we have learned about her interactions with the Clinton campaign while she was a CNN contributor. Brazile herself continues denying that she gave the Clinton campaign questions and says that she treated the Democratic candidates equally. And remember, at the time, she was the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, which is not supposed to back candidates during the primary. But today's response from Brazile is downright tepid compared to the defense when she was first accused of tipping off the Clinton campaign earlier this month. That's when she claimed persecution and reportedly indicated the Russians may have doctored emails that she apparently sent to the Clinton campaign before the March 12th primary debate, also on CNN. Quoting from them, "From time to time, I get the questions in advance. Here's one that worries me about HRC. Brazile then goes on to warn the Clinton campaign to be prepared for a question about the death penalty, which Hillary Clinton supports, but that Clinton answered at length during the debate. Megan.
Trace, thank you. Joining us now, Tucker Carlson, editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller and co-host of Fox & Friends on the weekends here at Fox, and Richard Fowler, who's a Fox News contributor and nationally syndicated radio talk show host. Man, you know, can I tell you, when this story first broke, I defended CNN and I defended Donna Brazile, saying I just cannot imagine either one of them doing this. I can't imagine. It would be the height of unethical behavior. And yet the facts appear to be proving my initial defense of them wrong. And there's nowhere for them to go with it, Tucker. There's nowhere for them to go.
She may respect you, but she was lying right to your face, as we now know. I mean, let's just stipulate, by the way, at the outset, that whether or not you agree with WikiLeaks, what they do, even if you're appalled by WikiLeaks, I don't think there's a single piece of data they've ever released that has been proven to be false, a fabrication. And it's the same in this case. She did this. CNN knows she did this, and consider CNN's response. They're, quote, uncomfortable with this. She stole information that may, in the end, have influenced the outcome of a presidential nominating contest that was close and tough fought, as you remember, at the time. And she weighed in on one side with the help of information that CNN had. What's CNN's response? So I reached out to Brian Stelter, who hosts their media show over there today, and he's always on his high horse about some wrongdoing in the media. No real response from him, and that has basically been the response from CNN. Who's watching the watchdog? That's the meta question here, and the answer, of course, is nobody. It's unwilling to police itself as a network, and I think that's really a problem.
You know, Richard, the problem is that it undermines the integrity of the whole system, and it makes people wonder whether, you know, what other cheating has there been that we don't know about, and whether this continued. Did this continue thereafter? Might this have gone on during, you know, into the general election? I mean, you tell me whether this makes you uncomfortable.
Well, don't get me wrong. I think this is very, very messy. And I agree with Tucker on the point that I think CNN really should be, you know, pointing the mirror at themselves and figure out how is it possible for one of your contributors to get the question when in a network like this, nobody got the questions, right? And so I think that needs to be said. But here's the larger problem, and I think the problem for Donald Trump. Yes, there is a problem. Yes, this is problematic. But with that being said, Donald Trump's idea that the media is somehow coordinating with all these, you know, states, the Board of Elections to rig the election seems to be false.
Yeah.
What the media is doing, besides what we've seen with this email, most of the time, Donald Trump is putting his foot in his mouth. The media is pointing it out, and he's blaming the media for him putting his foot in his mouth.
Okay,
and that's problematic.
and we've covered that at length, but this is a distinct and serious problem, Tucker. And I mean, I know this is an old horse, but can you imagine if this were a Republican who had been fed a question by Fox News, you know, the different reaction we'd be seeing in the media?
Well, I was standing about 5 feet away from you when you did that interview with Donna Brazile, whom I like, by the way. I live here. I know her. And my jaw was open, as was the jaw of everyone watching. October 19th, we were in one of the debates, as I remember. And I remember thinking, how can that not be on the front page of the New York Times? She has no response at all. She accuses you of persecuting her. She kind of half quotes the Bible and then sort of stumbles off to another interview. I'm thinking, this is the head of one of our two political parties giving a nonsensical answer, lying in the most transparent possible way, and basically nobody picked it up. It's like, yeah, whatever. She just kind of went on. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody should be saying,
it was an extraordinary moment. But Richard, can she stay as acting chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee?
Oh, listen, I know Donna very well, just like Tucker. I know her personally. I know her for almost a decade. What I will say is that she, you know, I think it's very sad that the Russians have hacked these emails. But I do think, here's the thing. Donna is, and I think anybody on either side of the aisle can tell you. You talk to Karl Rove, will tell you the same thing. Donna is one of the best political operatives out there, and I'm happy that she's at the helm of our party going into what's going to be a very tough election.
She's a lovely person. I mean, listen, this is my job, right? I get paid to call this stuff out, so I did. But I had her dead to rights, and one wonders whether the reason she was so defensive in that interview was because she knew it wasn't the only time, Richard. And you tell me, you're fine with her, notwithstanding the fact that she appears to have cheated in 2 debates, staying as the head of the DNC.
Well, like I said, I think there has to be, the question needs to be asked is, how is it possible for a political operative to get a question? That's the main question here, and I think me and Tucker agree on that point. With that being said, when it comes to running the Democratic Party, when it comes to winning this election, which is likely we're going to do in 8 days, I trust nobody more than Donna Brazile to get the job done.
Well, I'm sure she gets the job done all right. Look, she got the one nominated she wanted, and she's ahead in the polls. The question is, how did they get there? Richard, good to see you. Tucker, you too.
Because of the people, not because of the emails.
Well, now because of that behavior, we have to question that. Good to see you both. Goodbye. As Trace mentioned, we reached out to CNN. We were given a statement that reads in part, quote, on October 14th, CNN accepted Donna Brazil's resignation as a CNN contributor. It goes on to say, quote, CNN never gave Brazil access to any questions, prep material, attendee lists, background information, or meetings in advance of a town hall or a debate. Howie Kurtz is host of Media Buzz on Fox News. Howie used to work at CNN. I don't want to be the first to run to condemn CNN. I don't know how she got the questions, Howie, but they need to look into this.
Look, you used the right word in saying this was cheating. Donna Brazil betrayed the network where she worked for many years, and it gives me no joy to say that as somebody who's also known her for a long time. But CNN has handled this poorly. I don't believe anyone at CNN fed these questions in advance to Donna Brazil. CNN suggested it came from TV1, the partner in that town hall where Donna Brazil got those advanced questions. But here's the thing. More than 2 weeks ago, CNN basically forced Donna Brazil out. They're calling it a resignation. We all know what happened. This is the first we're hearing about it with the second WikiLeaks stomp. CNN talks about transparency. Why did CNN not get out in front of this, say that we are parting company with Donna Brazil, say we're conducting an investigation, as opposed to, it kind of looks like CNN was more interested in protecting its image than in being transparent about its journalism.
After that first dust-up, it was, okay, we partnered with, TV1 and Roland Martin, not to impugn Roland Martin. We don't know whether he did it or TV1 did it, but the CNN was certainly kind of like, look over there. And now this second one happened in a debate that was only CNN. There was no other partner. And if she got the question, the question is, where'd she get it from? And I'm sure, CNN should be out there defending its journalists. Anderson Cooper hosted that debate, and Don Lemon participated. It should be defending its journalists, and it should be saying, if nobody gave her the question, how'd she access it? Here we have systems. You could go back and check. You could find out when somebody's, ID logged into the system and where they went when they were in there. So if that's what they're suggesting, we should know that. The journalists over there at CNN should be demanding that right now.
Yeah, CNN should be horrified at this turn of events, to use Jake Tapper's term, one of the few who spoke out there, and should investigate and should go public with the results of that investigation and should try to, vindicate its reputation by identifying who was responsible. It's not fair to tarnish the whole network with what Donna Brazil did in helping Hillary Clinton, but that's where it stands now. And to not even come forward and say, oh, by the way, she's not coming back here. And ABC also suspended its contributorship with Donna Brazil when she became acting head. We'll see what ABC does.
Yeah, and good for them too. It's hard because she seems like a lovely person, but
she was vice chair of the DNC at the same time she was working for CNN. That was a conflict, as it turns out, it was a problem that could not be squared.
Good to see you, Howie.
My pleasure.
These stories, it brings you no joy to cover, but when people behave badly, what are you going to do? Anyway. We'd be happy to speak with her again to see what the update is on this second story. Well, with all these challenging new headlines swirling around the Clinton campaign, what could it mean for polls that are already getting tighter? Steyerwalt's here to discuss. Plus, after we heard Democratic operatives bragging about starting violence at Trump rallies, the Clinton campaign said they had no idea who these guys were, the guys who wind up getting fired. But tonight, there's a new twist to this story.
Dear Mr. Danoff, my wife and I are now participating in your mutual fund. We invested in your fund to help us pay for a college education for our son. We've enclosed a picture of our son so that you can get a sense there are real people out here trusting you with their hard-earned money.
At Fidelity, we don't just manage money, we manage people's money.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
We've been talking with people who have Medicare about the health plans from Humana that could save you money. These are all-in-one plans that combine medical and prescription drug coverage, all with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. If you have a separate drug plan with Original Medicare or with a Medicare supplement, you could be saving money and getting more benefits with Humana's Medicare Advantage plans. Could Humana be a better value for your healthcare dollar? Call or go online and get this free booklet that will help you decide if our all-in-one plans are right for you. More than 3 million people are enjoying Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans. The facts you need are in the book, and it's totally free. Call 1-800-552-6474 or go to humanafreebook.com. That's 1-800-552-6474 or go to humanafreebook.com.
Every piece of equipment I use, every part of my uniform has a job to do. It has to work, because I depend on it to protect me, to keep me safe. And when I'm away, I need to know my family's safe. I need a security system I can depend on to protect them. That's why I count on Simply Safe, because I know it works.
Simply Safe's proven home security protects your home with 24/7 professional home monitoring that alerts emergency services in seconds. Unlike ordinary systems, Simply Safe doesn't rely on a landline, so it can't be disabled by cutting a wire.
If anyone ever tries to break into my house, I know that Simply Safe is there to protect them. I trust it to keep my girls safe.
Start protecting your family today. Try Simply Safe for 60 days. You'll feel certain that your family is safe or your money back. Go to ChooseSimplySafe.com now.
Look, the wolf was huffing and puffing.
Like you do sometimes, Grandpa?
Well, when you have COPD, it can be hard to breathe. It can be hard to get air out, which can make it hard to get air in. So I talked to my doctor. She said,
Symbicort could help you breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. Symbicort helps provide significant improvement of your lung function. Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort contains formoterol. Medicines like formoterol increase the risk of death from asthma problems. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. You should tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it.
Symbicort could mean a day with better breathing. Watch out, piggies!
Symbicort. Breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Call or go online to learn more about a free trial offer. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
1 week from tomorrow, and the race is getting tighter. Roughly 2 weeks ago, the Real Clear Politics average of polls showed Mrs. Clinton enjoying a 7-point lead. Today, that is down to roughly 3 points. What does that mean? Steyerwalt's here to tell us what it could mean. Does it mean she's going to win?
No, it means she's winning. It also means that about 22 or 23 million people have already voted. The early voting is going on. And I have some very great news for you.
Tell me.
The first polls close in 7 days, 23 hours, and 13 minutes. You're almost home.
The early vote, how many have voted?
22 to 24 million people.
Both sides comes on to say, we're winning that. Do we know what's true?
We know Democrats are doing pretty well. We know that Republicans in places like Nevada are starting to catch up a little bit. But overall, if I had to give the nod to how many registered voters from which parties are doing better, I'd give it to Democrats at this point, especially in North Carolina.
What people want to know whether the FBI announcement on Friday is going to change this race. What's your take?
When you get to the end of the election, people lose their minds. They become the craziness.
We've seen that.
The craziness goes from the regular crazy of the election, and especially in the hideous election to which our system has ever subjected the decent citizens of this nation. As we get down to the end, the lunacy of the partisans becomes even frothier, and the eyes bulge out of the head. So they hear Hillary Clinton, and it doesn't just, I'm sending a letter to Congress, and we found some emails that's Huma backed up her phone. It's, she's indicted, she's going to prison, it's over, she's in jail now. And that's Friday, and then today it is, Trump's a Putin agent. He's owned by the Kremlin. It's all over. And everybody freaks out. And the answer is these things move among hard partisans. But when we look at the polls, you know what we see?
What?
The stuff with Huma and the Wiener iPhone, the Wiener phone, have certainly increased intensity among hard partisans for Republicans and Democrats. But in the little data that we have, it doesn't move the top line.
What about the Washington Post poll, ABC News? She was ahead 12 points in the
Defend the
tracking poll
camp!
8 days ago. Now she's just 3 points ahead.
If we look at an average of delicious and excellent, well-made polls, and we go back 2 weeks ago, she was way up. She was 8, 9 points up, and she starts to give that back. And the reason she was giving it back because it hadn't happened yet. She's giving it back because you get closer to the end, and the Republicans were starting to come home for Donald Trump. They were sucking it up, and the resistant Republicans were saying, I hate her too much to vote for her.
Last question. Is there any way November 8th doesn't come and somehow we just get stuck in this weird perpetuity that we do this forevermore?
This is a Black Mirror episode, and we will spend the rest of our lives in that new studio.
In the upside
down. Possible.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't feel any better. Thank you, Stockwell. Up next, more WikiLeaks. Don't go away.
And can you explain to me why you recommend synthetic over cedar?
Superfood. Is that a real thing?
It's a great school, but is it the right one for her?
Is this really any better?
Consolidate suppliers?
So should we go with the 467?
Or is it enough?
Good question.
You ask a lot of good questions.
I think we should move you into our new phone.
Sure.
Okay.
But are you asking enough about how your wealth is managed? Wealth management at Charles Schwab.
Was the Avengers
You cannot stop this. Expect the impossible. I have to vanish now. November 4th, rated PG-13. Get tickets in Real and IMAX 3D.
Introducing the new Publishers Clearinghouse Winner's Choice Prize. Win and the choice is yours. $10,000 a week for life or $10 million all at once. Enter at PCH.com and December 23rd, the choice could be yours.
Esurance does auto insurance a smarter way. They offer a claim-free discount because safe drivers cost less to insure, which saves money. And when they save, you save. That's auto and home insurance for the modern world. Esurance, an Allstate company. Click or call.
O'Reilly here. Key weekend in the presidential race. We'll have all the latest polling and reaction. Monday's Factor.
Don't miss the O'Reilly Factor.
Are you happy with your bathroom? I wasn't. I thought I didn't have the money until I learned about Bathfitter. Bathfitter puts a new bathtub right over your old one. Isn't that amazing? Bathfitter will measure, make, and install right over your existing tub. And only Bathfitter has seamless walls, which guarantees a watertight fit. Plus, they do it all in just one day. That's my favorite part. Book a free consultation and find out for yourself. Call today or learn more at bathfitter.com.
When a guy gets a cold sore, he grows a mustache.
When I get a cold sore,
I hide in my bedroom.
I call in sick and eat ice cream all day.
Not happening. I just wanted to go away.
No. When I get a cold sore, Abio.
Abio. I trust Abio cold sore gel.
It works fast.
Goodbye, cold sore.
Hello, beautiful.
Natural Super Botanicals, nature's golden drop. Available at these fine retailers.
We needed to hire someone, but it was really tough finding people that had the right experience.
I was spending half my day just reading resumes.
To hire great people, go to ZipRecruiter.com and post to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with one click. Then easily select the best candidates from one list.
I'm seeing a lot more candidates with the right experience.
We have gotten consistently better results from ZipRecruiter than anywhere else.
Over 1 million businesses have already used ZipRecruiter. Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/Fox.
There's a smarter choice.
Here for the smarter choice. My razors will get you a high-quality shave at a very economical price.
Cool.
Nope, can't have this one. It's display. Get your first month of razors free at dollarshaveclub.com.
New details tonight on yet another WikiLeaks email that could reveal troubling connections between the Clinton campaign and folks they're not supposed to be talking to. Trace Gallagher has the latest from LA. Trace?
Megan Bob Creamer is the Democratic consultant caught on the Project Veritas tapes talking about how to stir up violence at Trump rallies. Creamer, who visited the White House 342 times, was also heard on tape discussing his daily conference calls with the Clinton campaign and saying that Hillary Clinton herself approved of his tactics. Now a leaked email appears to link Creamer with Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook. The 2015 email, written by the founder of a progressive group and addressed to a former Clinton campaign aide, says, quote, "Just wanted to pass along this note I sent to Bob Creamer, who, as you may know, is consulting for the DNC and is close to Robbie Mook." On CNN, Mook was asked if whether the Clinton campaign had any knowledge of professional agitators fomenting violence at Trump rallies. Watch.
These individuals no longer have a relationship with the DNC. They've never had a relationship with the Clinton campaign. And my understanding is the events that are referenced happened, I think, in February of last year. They did not have a contract with the DNC until June.
Except it was 3 months after that June contract he just mentioned when this 69-year-old woman on oxygen claimed she was attacked by a Trump supporter. After the Project Veritas tapes went public, the woman backed off her claim. The Clinton campaign continues to maintain the tapes were edited out of context, although the tapes led to Creamer's resignation and another operative being let go.
Grace, thank you. We'll be right back.
Wells Fargo is making changes to make things right. First, all customers who've been impacted will be fully refunded. Second, we'll proactively send you a confirmation for any new checking, savings, or credit card account you will have. Third, we've eliminated product sales goals for our retail bankers to ensure your interests are put first. We're taking action. We're renewing our commitment to you.
When you're close to the people you love, does psoriasis ever get in the way of a touching moment? If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic. You should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz reduces your risk of infections and fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
When it comes to healthcare, seconds can mean the difference between life and death.
For Partners in Health, time is life. We have 18,000 people around the world. The Microsoft Cloud helps our entire staff stay connected and work together in real time to help those that need it.
The ability to collaborate changes how we work. What we do together changes how we live.
I do quite a bit of holiday shopping, and I use Ebates for all of it.
I earn cash back just by doing the shopping I was going to do anyway.
It gives you cash back on anything and everything that you buy for your family.
Not only do I get all my holiday shopping done in a short amount of time, I get money back for doing so.
I could use that cash back to buy more gifts, or actually a gift for myself.
Sign up for free, shop at your favorite stores, get paid. Join today and get a $10 bonus at ebates.com.
What is success? Is it a professor who never stops being a student? Is it a caregiver determined to take care of her own? Or is it a lifetime of work that blazes the path to your passions? Your personal success takes a financial partner who values it as much as you do. Learn more at TIAA.org.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and you're talking to your doctor about your medication, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira.
Give me a hand here. It's not like I know how to kill a wolf.
Works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Humira has been clinically studied for over 18 years.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis.
Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB. Hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ready for a new chapter? Talk to your rheumatologist. This is Humira at work.
So are you a doodler? I am a doodler, and people are mocking me for my doodles. I'm like, yes, oh, thank you. What do you think, Sean? Hannity's here.
Really good.
It's kind of fancy. Little heart.
Save that for charity. It's a charity.
Really? Does somebody want this?
Yeah.
All right. Highest bidder. It can be yours. Love, hearts, and understanding. Now here's Sean.
I was just doodling Hillary and Donald Trump, but I won't show you that one. Anyway, thanks, Megan. Welcome to Hannity Tonight. Only 8 days left to stop the Obama-Clinton machine, and Hillary Clinton is desperately trying to distract you, the voters, after the FBI on Friday reopened its investigation into a private email server. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, the FBI is now searching through, get this, 650,000 emails found on what is thought to be a shared laptop belonging to the Clintons' top aide, Huma Abedin, and Huma's estranged husband, Anthony Weiner. According to the report, the FBI thinks that some of those thousands of emails could have been sent to or from Clinton's private server. Now, Clinton, she can try and downplay the FBI's probe all she wants, but we need to get one thing straight tonight. Everything that is happening, everything that's going to happen, this is Hillary's fault. It's nobody else's fault here. She's now involved in going full Ken Starr on poor James Comey. She can blame him or Huma Abedin or Anthony Weiner or, of course, the vast right-wing conspiracy of congressional Republicans, all that she wants, but Hillary can only blame herself and her own poor judgment, and Clinton is the one who ultimately decided to use that private server to conduct official government business. She's the one who could have exposed American national security secrets to those that do not wish ill to America and the American people. She's the one who didn't know that a C marking meant that something's classified. She thought it was alphabetical, except they were missing an A, a B, a D, and an X, and a Y, and a Z. She's the one, according to the Daily Caller, didn't complete the necessary State Department training on how to handle classified information. She's the one who told the FBI during a 3.5-hour interview when she was not under oath she couldn't recall or remember 39 times. And she even appeared to blame her concussion at one point. And she's the person who decided to lie after it was discovered what she had done. Hillary Clinton has had plenty of opportunities to tell the truth to you, the American people. She's refused to do so. Take a look at the many times she has changed her story. By the way, this is something the mainstream media is not playing for you. Watch.
The laws and regulations in effect when I was Secretary of State allowed me to use my email for work. That is undisputed. It clearly wasn't the best choice. And I take responsibility for that decision. I thought it would be easier to carry just one device for my work and for my personal emails instead of two.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone. Okay, in full disclosure,
BlackBerry.
And a BlackBerry. I have an iPad, a mini iPad, an iPhone, and a BlackBerry. I believe I have met all of my responsibilities, and the server will remain private. In order to be as cooperative as possible, we have turned over the server. They can do whatever they want to with the server. I am afraid that I never sent or received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received. So that leaves the 100 out of 30,000 emails that Director Comey testified contained classified information. I did not receive anything that was marked as classified. Director Comey said that only 3 out of 30,000 had anything resembling classified markers.
You were the official judge. Did you like the server?
What, like with a cloth or something? No. He turned over everything that was work-related. Every single thing.
No, she didn't. And it wasn't a cloth. It was bleach bit. It was acid washed. Now, all the examples I'm showing you are exactly why, according to the latest Fox News poll, 67% of likely voters say Hillary Clinton is not honest and not trustworthy. And part of the reason voters probably feel this way is because anyone who has followed the facts in this case knows that Clinton has avoided telling the truth at all costs. Now, she's claimed time and time again that she did nothing wrong when it comes to handling classified information. But back in July, remember FBI Director James Comey? Well, now they're trying to Ken Starr him. Well, he said that simply wasn't the case. Watch this.
From the group of 30,000 emails returned to the State Department in 2014, 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received. 8 of those chains contained information that was top secret at the time they were sent. 36 of those chains contained secret information at the time, and 8 contained confidential information at the time. That's the lowest level of classification. Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
Very powerful. Now, days later, Comey had this exchange with Congressman Trey Gowdy that offered more evidence that Clinton not only has not been honest, but Comey's admitting she broke laws. Watch this.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true. There were a small number of portion markings on, I think, 3 of the documents.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
There was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices during the 4 years of her term as Secretary of State.
Secretary Clinton said work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails, thousands that were not returned.
Secretary Clinton said her lawyers read every one of the emails and were overly inclusive. Did her lawyers read the email content individually?
No.
Lie after lie, law after law broken. Now, there's also the question of if Clinton's own doing, if this is her own doing, if that doesn't sink her campaign, and she actually, God forbid, wins the White House, what happens the day after, on November 9th? Now, sources say the FBI review of hundreds of thousands of new emails will not be done before voters, before you head to the polls, now in 8 days. And the Washington Post is reporting that the FBI's agents, well, they wanted to investigate pay-to-play allegations at the Clinton Foundation, but that attempt was shut down by the Department of Justice. By the way, the same Department of Justice that we learned through WikiLeaks was colluding with the Clinton campaign, just like the State Department was, just like the White House was, and of course the liberal mainstream media. So think about the magnitude of all of this for a second. Hillary Clinton could be sworn into office while still being under investigation from the FBI, which would then put this country into a major constitutional crisis. Now, Clinton says Donald Trump, oh, he's not fit to serve in the Oval Office. But she, and she alone, has created a situation that could do severe damage to this country and the office of the presidency and prevent this country from solving problems. That means getting Americans back to work, fixing our broken educational system, fixing a broken healthcare system, fixing porous borders, vetting refugees. All of this needs to be done. Balancing a budget, stop robbing our kids. Here with reaction, Donald Trump's campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, the reason I felt it was necessary to take the time to lay this out is I'm watching the media all day. They are not telling the American people the story as it needs to be told. In her own words, the facts, related to this case. What's your reaction?
There's no question, Sean, and thank you for laying it out. You took all my talking points, by the way, but I appreciate it. Look, they're not telling the story because this story is about one woman and a pattern of conduct her entire career, which leads us to 2 words, Hillary first. Donald Trump's message is America first. hers has always been Hillary first, whether it was representing a rapist in the 1970s of a 12-year-old victim and then laughing about the technique she used to get him his plea bargain the year before, whether it's her just clearing the field here in New York because she felt like becoming a United States senator, whether it's her deciding against everybody's better judgment and the law to have her home-brewed private server, then to hide emails on it, to delete the emails, to restrict the emails, to lie about lying about the emails. And now we have here, Hillary Clinton does what she always does. She attacks the messenger. They're going right after Jim Comey. This story exists because of Hillary Clinton, and I'll add on because of Anthony Weiner. Two very selfish people who put their peevish political personal interests before the safety and security of the nation and have us in this conversation and this mess. And I just have a message for all the never Trumpers, I have a message for all the undecided voters, all the independents tonight. If you truly want to break with the past, and more specifically, the cloud of corruption that is Hillary Clinton, you can't vote for her. You simply can't. I respect your ability to vote how you want, but please don't pretend that you want to make change, you want to break with the status quo, you want to move the country in a real and different direction, as 76% of Americans do, and actually vote for Hillary Clinton. The other thing, Sean, that's going on is I would imagine every focus group facility from Boulder, Colorado to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania has been booked solid for this next week. Because just last week, the mainstream media was telling the Clintons, you won. It's over. He has no path. His path is narrow. His path is non-existent. Trump is finished. Landslide election for Hillary. Last week, they're ordering up their inaugural ball gowns. And this week, the Clinton campaign is in the worst communication crisis probably of the last few months.
You know, Kellyanne, let me put up on the screen, because a big part of this also we have learned so much from WikiLeaks. For example, I'm putting up on the screen now how the WikiLeaks revelations are very specific to the Clinton server. You know, after the discovery of the private server, the campaign suggested creating a decoy. We learned that today. The campaign press secretaries said State did a nice job with this after the release of the Benghazi emails. The co-chair of the transition team, the private email server was blanking insane. An aide wrote, there's no good answer to the server scandal. Podesta called Clinton's email scandal a hot mess. Podesta's daughter thought the Clinton, wipe it with a cloth comment was scary. Of course it was, because it was bleach bit, it was acid wash. The president knew about this, and he lied to the American people. I'm only given a small part of it. Then we've got to look at, and we'll keep these up on the side of the screen. Then we've got to look at, all right, we'll look at the Uranium One deal now, and look at how a list was separated, Clinton supporters and friends of Bill's and foundation donors, so they could benefit from the rebuilding of Haiti, make money, and funnel it back to the Clintons, or the Uranium One deal, but little handed our uranium over to Vladimir Putin because of the involvement of the Clintons and the $31+ million they got to the foundation. And that would go also to, the Moroccan deal, pay to play. Do you think this server was set up for their own money? That's my question.
Yes. Yes, perhaps, but look, people need to care about it for two reasons. People need to listen to me right now and say, that all sounds great and convoluted and very confusing, but why should I care as a voter? You should care for two big reasons. Number one, you would be a serial liar who has been gifting and grifting most of her adult life, and who used your tax dollars and your state department as a concierge for foreign donations. Number two, you would be electing someone who puts herself and her own personal interests before your own, and we already have evidence of that. Sean, I think we've been asking the right questions about the wrong candidate for months. I think when people have been talking about unfit, unqualified, bad temperament, poor judgment, they've really been talking about Hillary Clinton.
Let me ask you a last
all
question.
signs point to that, and I don't think she's fit to be president. Look, the polls were already tightening last week before all this happened. In the ABC poll, we've gone from -12 to -1, and you've got 35% of the likely voters in this Washington Post poll saying they'll be less likely to vote for Hillary Clinton because of these revelations. You have Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in a tie in an attribute. Who cares more about people like you? That's something that Barack Obama beat Mitt Romney 82 to 10, 82 to 16. So we like the trend lines, and I think this really hurts her among those independent and undecided voters who are quite decisive about how little they trust her.
How do you get to 270? Let's assume for a minute, and I've seen early voting numbers. I've seen absentee ballots in Florida, North Carolina, Ohio. They look good for Donald Trump, especially because Republicans tend to vote day of. He will win Iowa, and he can move out west. I think he takes Arizona. It was tough a little bit, but he seems to have recovered very nicely there. Then he has to also win Nevada, and if he gets all of those states and the states that Romney's won, he's still 5 electoral votes short. Is it New Mexico? Is it Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan? Which other state can he win, in your opinion?
Well, you can tell where we're going by where he's going. In other words, he was in New Mexico yesterday. He was in Michigan today. He'll be in Wisconsin tomorrow. Governor Pence will be in Michigan, back in New Mexico, in Colorado. Also, Pennsylvania has always looked very promising for us, and I know it's always been a dream for Republicans, but the Trump message of renegotiating bad trade deals and creating 25 million jobs over 10 years, energy investments and unleashing energy in Pennsylvania, and certainly repealing and replacing Obamacare in a state like Pennsylvania, showing where the average premium increases are 53%. He was in Arizona 2 days ago, 116% increases. I mean, you can't argue with the facts. And by the way, I didn't say Jim Comey's name once. These are the issues that Donald Trump has been talking about all along.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the FBI investigation. So our path is, as you said, if we're 5 short, you could do 4 in New Hampshire and 1 in Maine's 2nd congressional district where they split them up, or Wisconsin, or Michigan, or Pennsylvania, or Colorado. So we have a lot of insurance policies in there.
By the way, I got to give you a lot of credit because you deal with the inane idiocy and ignorance on like 7 Sunday shows yesterday, and my heart went out to you as you had to suffer through. Obviously, many of the networks we now know colluding with the Clinton campaign. I'll deal with that on November 9th. Kellyanne, good to see you.
I have to tell you, it's a pleasure to do it for Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence, so I'll do it every time. Thank you.
All right, it's great to see you as always. Thank you. Coming up next on this busy news night tonight, right here on Hannity.
There was an extensive, as you know, Brett, investigation by the FBI under the direction of a wonderful and tough career public servant.
There is a very clear and extremely troubling double standard in Director Comey's actions.
All right, Democrats are really fickle. Back in July, they were praising James Comey. Now they're attacking him, going full Ken Starr on him. Former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, he's here with reaction and more tonight on Hannity.
We'll make this easy on you. Square makes it easy for everyone to accept credit cards like this, and like this. It's easy to accept every major credit card with no surprise fees. And it's easy to get deposits in your account as soon as the next business day. Or you can get your money instantly. That's easy too. Square has easy-to-read sales reports. Sign up is free, so that's easy. And your first card reader is free too. It couldn't be any easier. Get started free at square.com.
Pain does not care about your plans. Arthritis doesn't care about your garden or your motorcycle ride. Pain doesn't care how young you feel right now. Don't let pain stop you from living your life. Use Australian Dream for arthritis. It's not greasy, there's no odor, and only Australian Dream has the money-back empty jar guarantee. So don't let arthritis slow you down. Get Australian Dream.